All right, boom. We are back. Big radio voice. I can't believe I'm actually back talking. It's been a crazy week. We can get into in a second, but we are back recording. Special guest in the building. We'll introduce her in a little bit. Just dropped whatever that is off her cup. But of course, to my left. Listen, it's a long intro today. I will say, since we started this show, this episode feels like what we started this show for.
I can completely concur. Thank you for anybody that is tuning in for the first time. 97 episodes in. It's about damn time. Sorry, but thank you for anybody that is tuning in. I am Drock. That's Ish. That's Charlene. All her information is in the bio below. Please go follow her in the spot on Instagram.
Mermaid.
We'll get into what she does in just a second. But I completely agree with what Ish said. Oh, stop, subscribe, like, and comment. Please, thank you. We have an excellent show in store for you. Yeah. But to Ish's point, bro, when I asked Ish if he wanted to do this show, and I was like, yo, we should do a podcast, because Ish had been talking about doing a podcast. I won't tell you the name of it, because he still may use it one day. So I won't say the name of it. But we was like, bro, we got to start a show, because sports and music go hand in hand. That's all we ever talk about, all we ever want to discuss. And this year in totality has been exactly why we do this show. Yeah. But this past week has been like a complete mind F word. Give us 10 minutes. Because, like, everything we said was going to happen this year in episodes 75, 76, 80, 88 has happened in the past week and a half.
And we couldn't even believe it when we said it. When we said it, we was like, if this probably won't happen. If this happened, it'll be crazy. And now we are at it's crazy.
Yeah, like it doesn't make any sense. So kudos to us.
Yeah, shout out.
I don't know if y'all watch many podcasts, if y'all just tuning in because you mess with me, mess with Ish, mess with Charlene, or whatever you tuning in for. You just like the caption, the thumbnail.
Right.
I want y'all to know this, and I say this very humbly. There's no one in the world that does this better than us. And I mean that. I don't care what you go see on YouTube. I don't care what you click on.
Shout out Joe Budden.
I don't care how many views you see videos got.
Whole second
No
place.
one does this better than us. It's us and it's Joe Budden. Yeah. The rest of them can kick rocks.
Right. And they said and they said that Joe Budden mixtapes up there with Wayne. So
come on,
them too.
Come on, and I mean that. So please like, subscribe, sit back, and enjoy the show. Now, Ish had a crazy week, so we're gonna get into that.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. Since we recorded this last episode, it has been like a TV comedy bad week for me. Like, it has been such a like literally the moment we left here, me and Charlene had boots on our car.
Yeah, that was crazy. I have to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
Did they email you back?
So no, I didn't get that back. Well, what happened was, it's crazy. So I had came here in another vehicle the week before, so I paid for parking on that car by accident. So I ended up just paying the boot anyway. Charlene just didn't pay for parking because she's special. So
I was supposed to walk in the door and ask for the parking information, and then I'm gonna blame Taylor because I started talking to Taylor and then I got distracted.
Yeah,
that's fair.
So literally, from the moment we finished the last episode, I was like, yeah, can't get no worse than that. Very next day, and like it's crazy because we used to hoop. So like when we were kids, like you sprain your ankle like once every couple months. I haven't sprained my ankle in like 7 years. I sprained my ankle coming down the stairs. I thought I was gonna die on that floor. Like on that floor, I thought it was over. Like real talk, I hate that it's crazy because I was just the inside of like just my day. Like I work from home, so like you got meetings that start at certain times. So I am 1 minute away from doing something, coming down the stairs, and I hit the ground, and I look at my phone, and it's time for me to be in this meeting. So I crawl to the room, join the Zoom, mute up, and just lay on the ground. Like, it's like, man, what just happened in the last 30 seconds of my life? I just said, damn, I was like, I needed a revive, like on Call of Duty. But I mean, after that, getting over that a couple days, So we went out. Was it Saturday?
We went out Saturday.
Yeah, went out Saturday. Shout out MJQ, free promo. I ain't gonna charge y'all for this one. Had a cool little time, did a little tacos, tequila,
Nice.
Super cool. The club closed at 3. So, about 2:30, 2:45, I'm ready to go.
Of course.
I'm really up on the tunnel, listen, ready to go. I had one of my beats in the whole night, so I was listening to Kendrick while we was there. But I'm just up there vibing. From 2:45, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm outside ready to go. We did not pull off from the street we parked in. We didn't park outside the club. We parked on some street until 3:48.
You're a better man than me, twin.
Man, listen,
You're a better man than me, twin.
Listen.
Now, why didn't you pull off until 3:48?
You won't believe this. I watched 7 of my friends do 4 songs of line dances. Like the first one, when Shorty pulled up and started playing, I was like, okay, that's their thing. Mm-hmm. They get into the second song, I'm like, are they performing? Is this choreo? Like, what am I watching? That's why I'm really not mad. I'm like, is this something they practicing?
It has to be, right?
They get to the third song, I'm for sure someone's recording. I'm for sure this guy be getting posted.
So we're making content.
Yeah, okay, that is what's going on right now.
We're content makers.
We get to the 4th song, I'm like, y'all got a competition? Y'all on a step team?
Oh, you're practicing.
What's killing me is people are joining the line. So now I think I'm crazy. Every song, more people joining. I'm like, yo, is it you? 4 a.m. I'm like, man, is it me?
I don't go out much.
Yeah, I'm like, this is my first time.
Thing.
This is my first time out with them. I'm like, this is the nightly MJQ. This the bag.
So do y'all want to know what really happened?
Not really, but
because
sure.
It was actually just me, Anaya, and Ashley. And we were dancing in the street. And then we started doing line dances. And then we put on the flex. And then Barry joined in.
Shout out
because that's what he loved.
Yeah, shout out Tyler. Tyler was there too.
Tyler joined in because back it up, then turn slide. Yeah. We was doing it.
We up to 6 people now. My story was without.
Just Barry and Tyler walked up.
Right.
And then we were whoop Rico.
At 2 in the morning, 5 people.
And then we were whoop Rico in. But it was not as crazy as Ishmael is making it seem. We was just chilling and vibing outside the club.
So do you understand that you just said what he said with different dances?
Yeah, you just named songs.
It wasn't that many people. It wasn't that many people.
From my point of view, I saw you do the line dance, flex, into the whoop Rico. That's a performance. Y'all just did 3. I thought it was a clothes switch coming. Y'all were literally rehearsing.
Like a talent show at school. You did 3 songs, bro. That's not do you know how late 2:45 is? That be the thing with my friends. They be asking me to come out. I don't like to go out the house.
We were going to IHOP.
If we're not going to the strip club, I don't want to go nowhere.
Yo, at 3:40, you know what this? After that, I completely forgot about that. After that, she's walking back to the car yeah, we're going to IHOP. Get the fuck in the car. Like that out. Get in the car. Yo, we're not going to IHOP, my nigga.
No, we're not going to IHOP. It is 3 o'clock in the morning.
We are going home.
I also made the calls on IHOP. I was like, okay, we're going to see each other tomorrow, so we don't have to go to IHOP. But we were getting ready to go to IHOP.
And this is the funniest conclusion possible, just so we can get this what we want to get to. They were making IHOP plans. She was asleep before we got home. She was asleep before she got to the house. She was asleep on the highway.
Yeah, she had a performance. You ain't never seen Drake after a performance. You go to bed.
Y'all still walk out that stage. Ooh.
Damn, bro.
Tired.
Talking about you performing outside the club. It's 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
I came up with you off the strength of my character. And now it's 2:45 and you line dancing outside my car. We got an hour drive home.
Same day I hurt my ankle. I'm out there on flu game meds. Took an 800 before I left the house. I shouldn't even be
He ain't gonna tell you about how he was chugging margaritas before that.
Even worse. Even worse.
All right, Charlie, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Y'all didn't allow me to introduce myself. I wanted to introduce myself as not Nelson.
Yes, you are. We're gonna have that pop up.
Yeah. Not Nelson. I'm sick, but they asked me to be here, and I'm gonna just show up. But
that's a fact.
That's real, bro.
Clap it up for not Nelson.
Shout out BTG while we at it. We love you. All right, y'all know why we here.
Yeah.
After a long time of waiting, Ice Cube has dropped his album. So I'm gonna do a deep dive on Cube. But for real, bro, after a long time of waiting, a long year of speculation, what's gonna happen after this beef? Where is this going? Mm-hmm. We have news from Kendrick. We have news from Drake. Yep. the news from Kendrick came first, so we will start there because it kind of goes straight into what is going on with Drake when we talk about the numbers from Kendrick. Mm-hmm. All right, GNX. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what happened. It's been out for about, at this point, it came out Friday at noon. Surprise drop. Yeah. Didn't tell anybody. I saw the snippet. Was walking through the crib, just working, getting up, doing little errands and whatnot. I go talk to Taylor, and she was like, Javante just said Kendrick dropped the album. And I said, no, he just dropped a snippet. And I was like, she was like, no, this looks like a full album. I said, what? I said, let me see your phone. She said, here. I said, oh, Kendrick dropped it. I gotta call Ish. So I run to the other room, grab my phone, and Ish is already called me. So I called Ish and I was like, yo, what's going on? And he was like, I don't know, but he going crazy. I said, bet. He was like, I'm gonna call you back. And I said, do that. So I take the time and I'm like, all right, I'm off work. It's time to go home. So I go to my florist. Me and my florist hang out, have a good time, and I go somewhere that's not this planet. And then I cut on the album. Yeah. And my goodness. Yeah, man. I got 22 seconds into this album, and he said Lil Wayne's name. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I don't like Kendrick Lamar. You know? At the end of the day, maybe I'm not a fan of dude. That really hurt. But I pushed through, as any Young Money member would do. I pushed through and listened to the entire album, and boy, was I blown away with the intention behind this project and how Kendrick Lamar is able to merge a sound, a feel into a message. Yeah. It's something very few artists have been able to do, create this type of energy in an album, but also be telling you a little something on the side. Yeah. And this, which we'll get into in a second, not even being the full album, and it being this detailed, this expensive, sounding this good, is ridiculous. So I got some songs I want to get to, but I've been talking, so Ish, Charlene, thoughts.
So first of all, what you hit on the end was absolutely correct. But yeah, so from my point of view, I was working same. But, on my computer, and anytime some Kendrick shit finna happen, like Spider Sense go off. Like I knew not like us videos coming out. I knew he was dropping off the grant. Like it's just something in the air. Like I hate so much. I think when he start to hate, like it's like the Spider Sense reverb. Like I feel, bro. So I started snippet like a couple minutes after it posted. My boy Jalen was like, "Yo, it's songs popping up on Apple Music," and I guess we had saw it so fast, you were still unable to play it from the album. You had to play it song by song. So after I called you, I'm putting it in the playlist, like trying to get the order right. I'm trying to make sure I'm not repeating songs. But just off first listen, I think everything you said was correct. I think as just a rap fan right now, seeing how technically ahead of every rapper he is so crazy, because what were perceived weaknesses, I felt like early in his career, have become his biggest strengths in some ways. Mm-hmm. Whereas like early in his career, like I tried to put people on his music, like his voice is weird, like for sure. Yes. But now his voice and his inflections are creating all these hits because he's using it in a creative way. Yes. I thought the project was crazy. The songs, the features. I mean, listen, we're definitely gonna let you hit the SZA feature because I mean, the two SZA features are amazing. But just to have that button, just like, hey, I'm the best rapper in the world. Boom, two SZA songs, dude. Like, yeah, on your head top. Like, and we can talk about Drake later, but like, we give Drake credit for the R&B. That's kind of been Kendrick cheat codes. Like, all right, I ain't gonna sing. I'm gonna call SZA, and she gonna sing with me. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be perfect. But I think that was the thing I wanted to hear you talk about. Was like, I heard him say the Wayne bar, and I was like, God, I can't wait today to hear that. I wish I could be in the room when he hear what he said about that.
All right, well, I'll be there. Charlie.
So obviously, y'all texted me in a group chat. Yeah. He dropped. Yeah. Bruh. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what? What is going on? And I think, like, who goes drop the album? Who did I say? I was like, he dropped the album, and I was like, I can't remember who I said.
So I'm gonna look. It was so funny, bro.
And I was just like, I did not know what was going on. And then y'all was finally like, Kendrick dropped.
Yeah, I was like, say it.
And I was like, okay, so then I'm listening to it, but I'm also like pulling into lunch with my cousin and Avery, and I'm like, dang, I can't listen to it. By that night, my cousin was like, "Is this all you gonna play the entire time that I'm here?"
Yo,
What did I say?
Mike.
Killer Mike.
Killer Mike.
It was Killer Mike. Yo, shout out Killer Mike.
It was like they dropped. She was like Killer Mike. I was like, where did that come from?
Did Killer Mike not drop?
I don't think so.
I think he did drop
did?
something.
That's the funniest part.
Yeah,
so
he
funny.
did.
He did drop something.
He
Shout
did
out
drop
Killer.
something.
Shout out Killer Mike.
It probably would have did better if Kendrick
Oh, it
didn't
would have
drop.
been way better. It would have been way better.
But that's why I thought y'all like Killer Mike.
Yeah.
I thought that's what y'all was talking
That's
about.
crazy. I do like Killer Mike. I didn't even know.
And then because I'm walking into lunch and my cousin is already mad because I'm trying to listen to the album, I couldn't listen to anything. And then I get on Instagram and the first thing I see on Shade Room is, oh my God, he's mentioned Lil Wayne. And I send it to y'all and I'm like, dang, I gotta listen to this. So I'm literally in the restaurant, like phone to my ear, like, you know, talking to my cousin, like, yeah, but also like holding it up to my ear. Mm-hmm. And then I finally was able to listen to it a few times that night. And man, you know, we're gonna get into it. But, you know, 2 SZA features, so I was happy.
Yeah.
And, you know, just like a beautifully put together album. Like I was very pleased.
Yeah, you mentioned the detail. And that was my thing where it was like once and we're of course it's just crazy. It's been 1 week since we recorded. This nigga dropped a video. It's so many different syllogisms and hints going around.
Literally 7 days. That's it.
Like it feels like it's been a month. But like once the double, like another album or whatever's coming next, like became reality, it was like, okay, this was a mixtape. Like this is what a Kendrick Lamar mixtape would sound like. Like these are the songs that aren't gonna make the album.
Yes.
Ridiculous.
That was the first reaction when I heard Reincarnated was, well, what does the album sound like, Kendrick? If this isn't an album song. Because
niggas wrote an album out on that song.
That's one of the best songs that's come out in the past 25 years. I'm not joking. Yeah. Anybody that's listening to this, Reincarnated is dumb. It's dumb. Like that level of, first off, the consistent flow he kept in on the beat.
Yeah.
Hold on. First off, the beat. Yeah. The beat itself and the sample from Made Niggas with Tupac is ridiculous.
Every single sample is crazy.
Every single sample is crazy. That one is my favorite one. Yeah. That shit they did with that, and then the bass line with it, the chords they added,
the mariachi in the
background, bro, like he's tripping. Yeah. And to get on the beat like that, that is as rapper friendly as that is, and then to go decide like I'm going to tell a story about 2 artists from the 1930s and 40s that still apply to the artists today, which plays into the theme of Reincarnated, that the demons that have been haunting artists for decades are still haunting artists to this day. Right. And then the last verse was about his life and Lucifer's life together. And he mixed the stories together and painted the picture from how he's a hypocrite, Lucifer was a hypocrite, and went through there, painted that picture. And as he starts talking about Lucifer, if you don't know, the devil, Lucifer was the leader of the choir in the church. Right. And so you start hearing like angel harmonies as he starts that third verse to let you know what he's talking about. It is a masterful job of putting a song together. The second verse was about Billie Holiday. Yeah. And who do y'all remember who the first verse was?
I got it right. Yeah, Jackie Wilson was the first.
Jackie Wilson was the first verse. Yeah. Like he was tripping. And then to stay in that rhyme pattern, that flow, the way he did, and like you said, his voice inflection has changed so much because it wasn't that just that his voice was weird. Yeah. It's that it was hard to understand sometimes. Yeah. Because just the tone and the pitch.
Right, and the way he says words.
Yes, and truly the way he says words. But he cleaned that up so much on this project and on Mr. Morale, I should say. He cleaned that up on these 2 projects. And dog, like Reincarnated is a masterful song.
Yeah. I think Reincarnated for me has become like when you have the discussions like Wayne, Hove, like the tip top they've ever rapped. Like when niggas talk about Eminem Pen and they be like, you put on Stan, it's no other artist doing that. Or Wayne with, millions of songs. Hove, the songs that we talk about, Hove having a bar for everything, we talk about Drake later. This song for me and this album for me separated him from anybody rapping right now. And the reason is, not only does he have the skill and the creative imagination to think of doing this, like monumental task. Like, let alone at performing it this well, this idea is ridiculous to 99% of rappers. 99% of rappers, even if you do it right, niggas not trying to hear you. Niggas not trying to hear you do that. Like, you gotta have the respect for niggas even to put their ear to that. Just like, okay, what are you actually doing? And then to get on there, and of course the flow at the beginning while he's doing the Billie Holiday stuff, of course the Pac influence, that last verse is peak DMX. That last verse is peak DMX. And I've never talked about this on here, but like, I've always loved that Kendrick's religion and how he's, like, how he feels, like, his battle with God has been a constant thing through his music.
I love it,
And for him to tie it up to God sent the devil to not to hell, but to earth as an elite musician from being the head of my choir to see how long it's going to take for you to change. And what Kendrick is feeling now is like, when he gets to the end, is like, I've done it. Like, I'm changing. Like, I put up all these institutions. All right, tell me about it. Like, okay, so what? I want to get peace in LA, but you love war. Like, Kendrick's like, I've done everything I can. It's like, no, you haven't. It's a ridiculous song. Especially to be not on your album unless it turns into, like, this is ridiculous.
It's just ridiculous. Charlene, I want you to hit the SZA stuff, but if you want to talk about Reincarnated, please do.
It's in my top 5. That is all I will say. I didn't get to that in my deep dive yet because I stopped when y'all were done, but it is in my top 5.
Yeah.
For me, 2 SZA features, and I know we're going to talk about Drake later, but my little funny joke is that Drake also had 2 SZA features.
I think that's intentional.
Drake did it first.
I think that's intentional. I swear to God, I think that's intentional too.
I think that it's intentional as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, and we know who had the 2 better SZA features. Obviously, y'all know anytime she get on a song, I'm going to go crazy. But for me, Luther is so special.
Yeah. The love that's in Luther,
but I just love the way that, like, samples now, like, I think that samples have moved into a new wave. Like, you can't just put the beat over the song, or you can't just take a few words from the song anymore. Like, you have to incorporate it into the song, and I feel like it was so beautifully incorporated into the best song.
Right.
Daniel, my prediction, Ishmael can tell you this. My prediction for the Super Bowl, and I was like, it was a moment, like a really fast moment where I got Luther Vandross confused with Stevie Wonder, and I was like, bruh, Luther Vandross is gonna be at the Super Bowl on stage with SZA. But rest in peace to Luther Vandross. But 1000%, if Luther Vandross was alive, him, SZA, and Kendrick would be on the stage at that Super Bowl.
She still might be.
I mean, SZA's gonna be at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
SZA's gonna be at the Super Bowl.
That's his guess.
That's a good guess.
That's his favorite punch. Like, that's his favorite.
That's it. Yeah. SZA is going to be at the Super Bowl. They're going to do a few songs together. They're going to perform her songs and his songs, All the Stars. It's going. Yeah. It's going.
I like Button Idea. I ain't gonna lie. I just want to throw that out.
I'm very excited for the Super Bowl. I can't wait to see them squabble up, TV off. It's gonna be it's gonna be so crazy.
I want to hit. I forgot the name of the song. Luther. I'm tweaking. But like you were saying, I want you to talk about just like the song itself more.
The way that you feel about that song being like one of the best songs that you've heard in the past 25 years, that's how I feel about Luther. It is a song like, I can't wait to be in the car. I was thinking like, this got to be in my wedding. Like this, I have to dance with my man to this song. I can't wait to like be in the car looking at the person I love singing this song, because it's not an over promise. It's like very raw and real. It's like, bro, we love each other. This is where we are right now. Like, I'm riding for you, you riding for me. Like, very Queen and Slim. Like, it was just like, it's just a real natural love song. Like, I can listen to it over and over again. It's timeless. It's beautiful. They play off of each other's voices well. They harmonize together beautifully. I just, man.
The point about sampling, there's a lot of change that's coming in rap. We've been talking about this all year. But one of the changes that Kendrick is introducing himself is, one, y'all gonna have to learn how to make an album again. Yeah. Two, y'all gonna have to learn how to rap and make a song again. And three, to Charlene's point, y'all gonna have to learn how to sample again. Because Charlene, what she was talking about is, if you have listened to samples in the past about 7 to 10-ish years, maybe a little bit smaller time frame, they just been the songs. Right. Like if I sample Imaginary Players,
that Jack Harlow song.
Yeah, like it's the song. It's just the song over again. Yeah. And Luther and the SWV sample they used
on the Hard Part 6.
On the Hard Part 6. Yeah. What is that song? Use for me, so it doesn't matter. But those two samples are a direct correlation to what you're going to have to do in your music now to properly use a sample. And that is the change the biggest artist in the world gets to dictate when you are of this caliber and when you have this type of impact. And that, I don't want to get off on a tangent, but that was a lot of people's issue with Drake, was that he got to the top and stayed comfortable. And his excuse was, it's working. And it's like, we know it's working. You've been doing it for 5 or 6 years. Push yourself to be better. Right. Push yourself to cause change. Be the change. And that is what Kendrick is going to do with this. And the issue's point, you said that, actually, you go first.
And I think on top of like everything what y'all are saying, and this is a big thing for like Kendrick fans, like niggas like me, like the Ken folk who go through find through all the Easter eggs. We know how Kendrick feels about so many other older artists, but you talk about this all the time. Kendrick, as the biggest rapper in the world, is making sure y'all are respecting black artists too. And I think that is the biggest change, where Drake has a Janet Jackson sample on his album, doesn't get it cleared, tells her go fuck off anyway, The difference is Kendrick, and I wanted to point this out from the video, because it was the Roots style video, and then he had, I forget other old boy name.
Nate Dogg.
No, not, there's Nate Dogg CD, but.
Nate Dogg, Ice-T, the Roots.
I'm forgetting the dude's name. He died, but. It was, the reason I brought it up, it was Questlove and it was this dude that was hating on the beef. I can't remember his name, but like, as soon as we finished, I'm gonna name it. It was like a big artist that was like talking down on them beefing. And Kendrick still put references in the video to them.
Oh, Questlove.
Questlove. And they were talking down on it, and he still is like, no, I'm still gonna show you love. I'm still gonna show you respect. We're still gonna I'm still gonna hold you in this light. When I do the Luther sample, it's gonna be as good as it can be. When I do these samples with these songs, or when I do Reincarnated, it is going to always pay of the utmost respect to black artists. And I think that is a change I really want to see, where it's crazy because we got to talk about the Swain shit a little bit. Like, we have to treat, especially legends that I guess this generation or like early 2000s babies didn't get to hear Luther Vandross or get to hear Ice-T or these artists that like change the music you're listening to now.
I think that works hand in hand with what we need to get to. They waiting for us to talk about, which is Wayne, which is the Wayne, and how although he mentioned his name and he mentioned Snoop's name, it was with respect. Because he could have went off on Wayne. Like, it's things to poke at Wayne for, it's things to poke at Snoop for, and he could have went on a disrespectful route. He could have went any way he wanted to, because it's his words, it's his music. He can do what he want with it. Right. But he chose to be respectful, which is my point with Wayne. I don't know why Wayne took that as a diss. Shout out to Joe Budden. We found out this morning that he tried to call Wayne. Right. And Wayne tried to call Kendrick, and Kendrick wouldn't pick up the phone. And if the tweet came after Kendrick didn't pick up the phone, then I understand the tweet.
Isaac Hayes, my fault.
Isaac Hayes, okay. Yes, if the tweet came after Kendrick, after the calls to Kendrick, then okay, I understand. But to your point about Kendrick respecting artists and black artists predominantly, it shows in the grace he showed Wayne and Snoop. Yeah. Because before I get into it and go off on what I have to say about it, did you even take that as a diss towards Wayne, or more so just like a damn?
I especially because we haven't gotten to the intro specifically, but I took that whole intro as like Kendrick's way of communicating with all of us at the moment.
Let's go song by song. Let's start with the song and we'll go down.
So, so like in the intro, and I love when artists do this. Drake was really good at this for a while, where it's like, I may not do interviews, but all the questions my fans have, the moment I get on wax, we gonna talk about it. And that is how he was communicating. And I thought it was like damn, bro, like I made an album about you, bro, and it's crazy. The bar is crazy. It's a crazy dedication flip. Hard work, the way he got the dedication series, let Lil Wayne down, crazy bar. But it felt like damn, bro, why are you upset? And it really felt like, man, that's my idol. Like, I'd be hurt too. Mm-hmm. And the Snoop thing felt like the same way. And I agree with you. It was. I don't want to say like he spared them, because of course he didn't he didn't need to get on there shooting at them, but he also ain't have to take it that way, because other niggas don't take it that way.
Exactly.
So I think in the first song, it was really like, yo, this is how I feel. Even start with like, yo, yesterday one of these niggas whacked out my mural. What the, why? But, and the way it ends. That's why I feel like he was showing Wayne so much grace. Because the last thing he said was, whack out my mural, but if my legend end, it's no more legends. Because right now, he is the one right now. He is the rap legend right now. Yep. And I feel like he is in a tier by himself, because I think he's the only rapper right now who has a real journey to the GOAT. Okay. I don't think Drake right now could finish the GOAT. Nope. I don't think Cole could finish the GOAT. Nope. I think he's the only one on that LeBron path.
Me too. 100% agree. Yeah. Two whacked out murals. So the drums on that shit,
crazy,
ridiculous.
Crazy.
The mariachi band,
coming,
ridiculous.
Building that, cause the first you hear the mariachi band, I'm like, please don't start a poem. Please don't start a poem. Please rap. Please rap.
Yeah, and just again back to his voice inflection, it was so apparent on that song, and it let me know, all right, we're in a different phase of Kendrick's career.
Yeah, fuck everybody.
We're in a different phase of this career.
That's where my body.
His music has changed, his sound has changed, and we are here to witness it in real time. Mm-hmm. That song is one of the best intros you will hear to an album. That is how you set the tone to a project, because it gave you the little bounce, like, all right, we here, but it also gave you a message within that song, which is, don't play with me, and fuck all you niggas. Yeah. And then his little part to Drake about you trying to pay for information, paying for dirt, nigga. That you put $100,000 in the wrong nigga pocket, my whole family might be dead.
Bro,
stop playing with
me.
And that's such just a real nigga way of looking at shit.
And what he said was so, you may not kill. He didn't say you might kill me. He said you might cause my family pain.
Exactly.
He worried like that. It's such a good intro. Where it's like, fam, and it was perfect timing for me, because of course Future it's crazy. This is how long it hasn't been since we did the pod. We didn't talk about Future in the interview where niggas was like, oh, they beefing. First of all, Future was trolling y'all. Future 1000% knew it was beefing, but niggas was like, oh, everybody backpedaling. Immediate double down. I will listen. Before we piece it up, we'll both go to hell.
Both of us. And Charlene the White Guy murder before I get to Lil Wayne.
Well, I was gonna comment on Lil Wayne because we did talk about Lil Wayne, and so for me, I think that one of y'all said it, like the whole vibe of that song was fuck everybody. So I can understand how Lil Wayne was probably like, damn, because it may have been like damn, like you hurt my feelings. But then when the whole vibe of the song is, the whole undertone of the song is fuck all of y'all. Yeah. It's like, fuck you, Lil Wayne. Mm-hmm. So I can understand how he may not have meant it like that. Yeah. But I also could understand how Lil Wayne is like, all right now, nigga. Because you just said fuck everybody in that song.
And the end of that, see, that's my thing. Because Lil Wayne be real medicated. I be super medicated too. So at the end of those 4 bars, where he keeps going and he says, well, whatever though. For me, that was the end. Yeah, for me, I thought it ends there. Now if I'm Lil Wayne and your next 4 bars end with them old ass flows,
yes,
I'm like, Now I may put in that call.
And you put it out there, and people gonna interpret your art the way that they interpret your art. And I mean, and that's what it go in. So that's why Lil Wayne don't poke the bear, because that's really what he said. Don't poke the bear.
Okay, let me hand it off. Take it from here.
First off, I'm gonna read Lil Wayne's tweet, which says, "Man, what the fuck I do? I just be chilling, and they still come from my head. Let's not take kindness for weakness. Let this giant sleep. I beg you all. No one really wants destruction, not even me. But I shall destroy if disturbed on me. Love." Crazy tweet, Lil Wayne.
Insane. Look, I miss when Lil Wayne was on vacation when shit happened. I miss when niggas used to have to explain to Lil Wayne stuff.
And let me tell you, that wasn't 24 hours later. It had been like
2 hours. He said that, bro. I went to sleep. He came up like out of nowhere.
Wayne really okay. All right. So Charlene said an excellent point. The theme of the song was "fuck all you niggas."
Oh God.
Lil Wayne heard that and it was over with. Yeah. It was never a coming back from "fuck all you niggas" and then you say my name directly.
Right.
There's no coming back from it. I understand. I take the "but whatever" though as the stop about Lil Wayne and Snoop Dogg. Right. Let's move on.
Facts.
I am under the impression that Kendrick knows who Lil Wayne is, and he does not think Lil Wayne has old ass flow.
Yeah, because Wayne's still rapping.
Wayne's still rapping. I don't care what you think about him. That boy's still rapping. Any feature you turn on, it's not an old ass flow that he's been using.
Wayne has had a feature of the year for the last candidate for the last 5 years.
Yes, seriously. So I don't think that was addressing Lil Wayne. But if I am Lil Wayne and I don't get talked about unless it's in this legend GOAT, he's my favorite light. Yeah. I may take that the wrong way, especially after you just spent an entire summer dissing my protege. Right. To Lil Wayne, I want Lil Wayne to take a moment and breathe. Because I think Lil Wayne is the best rapper of all time. And I think that in my heart of hearts. Lil Wayne is not in shape to rap battle Kendrick Lamar. Yeah. Lil Wayne is an amazing wordsmith. Yep. Lil Wayne will put together some amazing metaphors, similes, and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Lil Wayne is not cerebral enough. It's not conscious enough of what is going around outside, and how it applies to this game today. Right. And that would be okay if I thought Lil Wayne had the team around him that knew what was going on enough to help him. Right. But from his antics since the Super Bowl was announced, it lets me know you don't have the right team around you.
No real niggas around Wayne.
And it's not even, at this point, I don't even know if it's not real niggas around Wayne. I think it's too many yes men around Wayne.
Oh yeah, that could be it.
But he's been Lil Wayne since '96, so
yeah.
But if you are Wayne, bro, you have to understand that this isn't play. Yeah. This man is on a mission. Yeah. Kendrick Lamar is on a mission to change the music industry.
We gonna talk about squabble up, nigga. I cut my granny off.
Kendrick is on a mission. Anybody that stands in his way is an enemy. Yeah. And that's not a guy you want to make an enemy out of. Yeah. Kendrick Lamar ruined Drake's GOAT debate in 6 calendar months.
It took 5 songs.
In March of 2024, Drake was right in the GOAT discussion, arguably number 1. Yep. Today, as we stand on November 27th, 2024, Drake is no longer and will never be in that discussion again. And if you're asking me why, because he can never pass Kendrick. So if you think he's above Hov, Wayne, M, Kanye, Nas, Biggie, Pac, if you think he's above those 7, he's never going to be above Kendrick. His GOAT debate is over.
Benito.
He did that to your protege in 6 calendar months, Wayne. Yeah. You are a GOAT. You are that guy, a god amongst men in this game. You don't want smoke with Twin right now. That's not what you want. And I am of the belief, everybody keeps talking to Ghoulish and all of the bullshit Wayne has done. Wayne has never been in a rap battle where Wayne never needed to sit down and rap. When Wayne dropped Ghoulish, I promise you can't name the drugs Wayne was doing at that time. Forget that shit.
Yeah. And it didn't matter.
It didn't matter. matter at all. The whole shit he did early in his career is more of a look into what he can be, but that was always friendly rap shit. Right. It was never anything serious. Yeah. So we've never seen Lil Wayne sit down, really think and battle somebody, or send a full 3-4 minutes at somebody's head. Yeah. But Kendrick is not the nigga to start with Wayne.
Just listen.
He's not.
That's not the nigga you do your first try.
He's not. So, and I understand that this is frustrating, that you feel maybe like he holds your artist and now he holding you, but bruh, you are a GOAT. Yeah. No one is changing what we think about Lil Wayne. Just be quiet.
I don't think that's how he feel though.
So my question to the go.
I don't think that's how he feel. I think that he just feel like, if I'm just looking at how Lil Wayne reacted, I don't think that Lil Wayne was ever mad at Kendrick for not being picked for the Super Bowl. I think that Lil Wayne is very noticeably, and he has said that he is sad that he wasn't chosen for the Super Bowl. Yeah, no, and it's like, damn, like, they already on my ass about the Super Bowl. Now Kendrick coming for me. Like, what the fuck did I do? Like, I think that he's coming at it from a place of like, nigga, it's not about you. Like, I don't think that Lil Wayne was ever mad at Kendrick. Yeah. He was mad about all of the other factors that had to do with it. Right. So he like, nigga, why are you coming for me? Because the same way that you want him to decipher that the old flows wasn't about you, he want him to decipher, I'm pissed about the Super Bowl, but it's not about you.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you. Because I agree. That's a 100% fact.
I agree with that.
Real quick before you go. I completely agree with that. The issue is maybe what you was about to say. Yeah. You can't have it both ways though. Like, you can't expect him to just decipher what you're saying, and then when he says something to you, call him. Because you could have called him before you got on the internet and said what you said. Because Wayne looks like it's coming from such a place of entitlement. Like, I need you to understand what I'm saying and not feel away, but I also need you not to say anything in your music about it when I say something.
It's a couple. I think it's a couple things.
That's the issue. Is that I completely agree that Wayne was never looking at Kendrick like, man, that's why I was so confused. It's like, why hasn't he congratulated Kendrick? Kendrick just called his biggest artist a P word. He's not going to congratulate him. Right. He's not going to do that. Fact. But him getting on the internet and being like, damn, bro, I'm sad about this was never like, Kendrick shouldn't have got this. It was just, I wish I would have.
I definitely agree. I think what is really happening is, like, we read the Wayne tweet. I don't think he was mad at. I don't even think Kendrick was like necessarily mad at him. I think it was legit disappointment that, like, if me and you try to get a promotion, we both get the same job. If I get the promotion and the next week you and everybody at work are like, man, that was Charlene's. Like, I can't believe she didn't get that promotion. Like Charlene walked into the meeting, she's sad. Like, yo, it was right there and they took it from me. Like, I'm gonna feel sad for sure. But I think what was red flags for me, and we didn't mention this because I don't have the Punch quote or Top Dog quote, but Wayne, the problem with the Wayne tweet is, I will destroy, there will be destruction, take that shit out. Like, if you want us to talk, like, if you gonna call me, call me. Don't tweet that if it go there, there'll be destruction, leave me alone. Because I just said on the last, when I shot at Drake, I said even Melly Mel can get it. Anybody can have it. And when Wayne tweeted it, I was like, well, Kendrick really love him, and maybe, that's Wayne. Nigga, Top Dog said stand down now. He's not playing with anybody. Top Dog don't never speak. I don't even know what the nigga voice sound like. They said, please, everyone stand down. He is not playing. So once I knew Kendrick was really shooting him, niggas need to get Wayne out the street. Hov need to call Wayne. Somebody that Wayne will listen to need to call Wayne and say, fam, this nigga will shoot at you.
I need it to be Kendrick. If I'm calling you rapper to rapper, and not motherfucking Billy Bob and Kansas calling. Like, I am.
It's not Ellie.
I'm calling you. Shout out Ellie. It's Ellie. Like, I'm calling you as Lil Wayne. I'm not having my manager call you so he can answer. Like, I'm calling your cell phone as Lil Wayne. Give me 5 minutes.
I agree with that.
I owe you. You can as much as you say I inspire you.
I 1,000%.
Give me 5 minutes.
That's why
That's what I'm saying.
See, that's why I 95% agree with you. Because if that tweet drop, yo, leave me. Like if he's just like, yo, why are you talking about me? Leave me alone. Cool. Let's talk about it. Once you say it's problems, and I like you're saying where Kendrick is right now, and I referenced that like that a second ago. I don't want to talk on no selling. I don't want niggas to call me, show me what it is. And the reason I am like, and we can talk about Drake, we can talk about the rest of this album, but there is like I told you, I mean this in the car. There is like an aura that I don't like out right now. Because if Kendrick smoked Wayne, it will not be pretty. Like Joe Budden said, Wayne went to the studio. I pray to God there was a phone in that studio he was on the way to. So, because I do not want this to get to wax. I do not want this to get to wax.
I am to the tweet real quick because I think the tweet came after the phone call.
Yeah.
And so the tweet was like, all right, you don't want to answer my phone call. This is what I'm saying. Like, this is all I have to say. Like, if you just talking, let me know. You just talking. I've been rapping for 30 years. Niggas have been shooting at, I'm the best. I've been calling myself the best rapper alive in my whole life. You think I ain't ever heard somebody say, nigga, I'm the best rapper alive? Yeah. And I had to just move on? I can move on past some rap shit. But tell me I need to move past some rap shit, and that's not some serious shit. Because you ignoring me looks like you hiding something.
I definitely agree, and I think that's why Top Dog said what he did. Because you got to remember, Kendrick is that mysterious ass nigga. Like I went 8 months without touching my phone. Like, Kendrick not like a nigga like yo, like if I don't have Kendrick number, but if I were to call like if I was the nigga that called Kendrick, I wouldn't expect him to pick up. Like he is definitely the friend you call to let them know to call you later once they feel like they gonna be on the phone.
Yes, so, but Lil Wayne also probably feel like if I'm calling you, you need to answer.
See, that's the thing, and that was like we talked about the tone of the whole song of "Ain't No More Legends." If I'm not a legend, Kendrick thinks he's on. Kendrick, well, we'll talk about this later. I think he's too, but Kendrick does not look at Lil Wayne. Kendrick looks at Lil Wayne as a peer now.
Yes, agree.
Kendrick doesn't look at like, fuck, it's Lil Wayne calling. Like, no, okay, this is Lil Wayne. Like when Jay-Z called Lil Wayne, call Kendrick. Okay, hey, it's Kendrick. Like he does not look at him like if this happened 7 years ago, I guarantee he pick up the phone. I put my life on it.
Then I will say, if you don't look at it as like Lil Wayne, if he like Lil Wayne, then stop telling me and preaching me about respect all these black artists. If you're not gonna show one of our greatest ever that same respect.
No, I mean just like only in wartime. Like
that's fair.
Like in wartime, if it gotta be you, Wayne, it's gonna be you. And I think
that's a cheap shot. I feel like it's a cheap shot. I feel like coming at Wayne, and we already know like the jokes, the memes, or whatever. And I mean, Daniel, you said it cognitively, he is not there. And we can do whatever. We know it's a cheap shot. Go after Lil Wayne. It's a cheap shot.
This is why I disagree. Because if I walk in the room and say the next nigga to say something to me, I'm gonna punch, and you get up and say something to me, I'm gonna punch you in the face. Like,
but he didn't say nothing. But Lil Wayne didn't say nothing too.
That's what I'm saying. That's why the timing of the phone call is so important. Because if Wayne tried to call him, he didn't pick up for whatever reason. Because maybe Kendrick weird. Who knows why? And then you send the tweet out from Wayne's perspective. I can understand because I'm already mad. Then you don't pick up the phone. All right, fuck this.
According to Joe Budden, that is how. Yeah.
And then I send the tweet out like, all right, fuck this, because I'm mad. Like, yeah, cool. If you that's what I'm saying. If it's real niggas around Wayne, that tweet get edited. Listen, that tweet get edited. It's caps in there. Like it makes sense grammatically a little bit more. But
maybe he'll surprise us.
So to 2 points, because that is one of my points. The first point is, I do think Punch or Top call Mac. I do think. I think that's the person they can get in contact with. Is Mac, and I think they call him and was like, "Yo, it's not this."
But they're not fucking with Mac no more.
A, B, and C. I still think it's a respect.
There definitely is. There definitely is.
And that's why I think the conversation may have been 30 minutes. I mean, 30 seconds. Get off my phone. Right. But like, chill. It's okay. Like it's not that. Mm-hmm. But to Wayne, I keep seeing people keep saying he's gonna get killed, and
I'm one of those people.
And
I'm not.
I really don't know how true that is, because every reason I think Lil Wayne is getting killed has nothing to do with anything Wayne has done in his past.
Yeah, no, me either.
It is consistently and consistent with the fact I don't think Wayne is aware of outside.
Okay.
But I do think one thing that man can do is rap.
1,000%.
And I think the entire time Drake and Kendrick were battling, I said from the start, at the finish, in the middle, at the finish. You want to hear him out like this? No. Oh, Drake needs to rap. Right. Drake never rapped. 1,000%. Drake made Family Matters is one of my favorite Drake songs ever. It's a pseudo rap song. It's not a real.
The best part of the song is the 3 minutes of him rapping.
Exactly.
The best part of the last verse when he started rapping.
Drake never got on a classic New York beat and just barred his life away.
6 p.m.
And what did Kendrick say in Euphoria? Yeah. Keep it cute.
Yeah, keep it rap.
Keep it rap.
Keep me waving my hands.
Me knowing Wayne don't know nothing, Wayne ain't gonna take it nowhere to where he really gotta get into the shit we all know you can say about Wayne and make Wayne look like.
Not like below the belt.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I don't think that's my point. Yeah. I think if we get a cerebral, sober, top of the line, in shape, I got a reason to rap, and I've been rapping aimlessly for the past 7 years just because I love to do this. But now I got a reason. I'm pissed off. Niggas been playing with me. I want a Grammy. The Carter 6 finna drop. Niggas been playing with my Drake. Niggas been playing with my Nicki. Niggas been doing all this shit talking. I'm out my deal. I did the Hot Boy shit. Niggas been playing with me. Y'all been throwing me on podcasts, telling me I'm not this, telling me I'm not that. Nigga, y'all is my babies. Kendrick, you got a whole mixtape with my beats, nigga. You are my baby. Yep. If he get in that bag and for 2-3 minutes, Wayne just rap about Wayne and him and don't focus on Kendrick. Like, nigga, stop playing with me and then get into everything he do.
Right.
I think that will go. Wayne said something crazy. Damn, Wayne. And then it'll go, Kendrick responded, and it'll be like, damn, Kendrick. And that'll be the end of it. Right. And that's the best case scenario, and I think that is realistic. If we go below the belt, it's over for Wayne. No, but I don't think Wayne's going.
I think first, 1,000% you're right. I think from the Wayne fan in me, if I was one of the real niggas in Wayne corner, and if I talked to Wayne and Wayne was like, "We're going, we're planning to go,"
figure this out.
I'm gonna say, we're not dissing him. Take his beats. We're not dissing him. You're on Not Like Us this week. It's on Dat Piff or whatever we put in mixtapes. We are gonna 07, 08 Wayne. You not a better rapper than me. Yeah, you beat Drake in the beef. Shut up. That is, I think, would be the best case scenario.
I think that he will surprise us. I don't doubt Lil Wayne.
That was never a question for me. The question for me is more so the diss side of like the tone in it. That's what I'm saying. The tone of the air. Where is this gonna go? Because if they get on the phone and just like he did with J. Cole and say, let's do some rap shit, that can 1,000% happen. Mm-hmm. And that is, I think, the best case scenario where they just do some rap shit kind of like he wanted to do with Cole, where you, like, I get a song, you get a song, we just gonna rap and it's not gonna go nowhere. Mm-hmm. Other than that, because, like, you're Lil Wayne, I'm Kendrick Lamar. Bygones be bygones. But if Wayne, who has been moving un-Wayne-like for the last 6 months, for the Wayne I know, if it is some, I'm not even like below the belt, but like I'm going at you, he's not in shape for that. And Wayne's style of rapping does not lend to being a great battle rapper, diss rapper, because Wayne's style of rapping is not focused. No. And that's what I was explaining to people. It's like Wayne's best ability. It's kind of like me watching Family Guy. I never know what Wayne is going to say. I never know how this bar is going to end. Mm-hmm. The F is for phenomenal. Like, whatever is going to be hardest is what he's going to say. Mm. So, like, I don't really know if the way he makes music and, the Pusha T thing is one thing, but, like, just that's not the music he makes.
Agreed. And I would say beat selection is very important when it comes to this record. His beat selection for the past 5 or 6 years or so has been ass.
I know Wayne does not live the type of life where he needs to be rap beefing. He does, but he on Undisputed. Like like Lil Wayne, like you in other places right now. Wayne. Like
Lil Wayne has a spot on NFL Game Day.
That's the thing. Like I'm looking at Wayne on Undisputed. He got the pods. Every time I see him, he eating Nerds gum. He's in GOAT retirement mode. Like,
chilling, just
relaxing.
Nice feature every few years.
Kendrick, on the other hand, hasn't been seen by a camera in 9 months, travels with the Secret Service and just beefed with the biggest artist of all time who was trying to get him killed. Like, he is militant mode. He's like coughing baby atom bomb right now. Like, he is ready. That's why I'm just saying the timing of it right now, someone needs to just, time. Everyone just freeze a moment. Like, everybody relax, please.
And I agree. Charlie, you've been saying that you trust, that you don't just think Wayne is going to fold under pressure. Why are you saying that?
Because I think that Lil Wayne is very aware of who he is, and I think he also is very aware of who he is to other people. And I think that if you start a war with Lil Wayne, it may open up a can of worms that we don't want to see.
Yeah.
I also think that Kendrick isn't gonna take it there. Like, I understand the whole, I'm coming to get everybody.
Boogeyman.
But like, I just don't believe that he's gonna take it there. I don't believe he's gonna take it there with Lil Wayne. I don't believe
really don't
that.
Think he do it?
No, I don't. I don't believe that he's gonna take it there with any of them niggas. I don't know. Not any of the other ones, but anybody that he see as a GOAT for himself, anybody that he actually respects, no.
Let me ask you this. Because I was surprised at Snoop Dogg's response. I thought he was way meaner than Snoop.
I thought that it was funny.
I
thought it was like comical.
I thought it was funny, but I thought he was fucking tweaking. Like, I thought it was the edibles. Like, that is a lot worse than like, I was still like, that hurt, or he did. Because what he said about Snoop was different than when he was like, I couldn't believe it.
And I think that he thought it was funny. I think that was comical, and I think that Snoop Dogg laughed at it because he thought it was comical. That's why he was like, "Yeah, bro, it was the edibles." Like, I think it was an on-brand joke for Snoop Dogg. I think it was comical.
Did you see Casanat and Snoop Dogg on stream together in Snoop Dogg's compound? Snoop Dogg has a compound the size of a warehouse, and every room is just something for somebody to do with their eye.
Right.
It's like games, food,
and
he's not gonna battle with Snoop Dogg.
To Snoop's credit, he definitely looked like he was off the edibles in the video.
I mean, like he
video,
probably was like,
in the video, he looked fried.
He was fried.
I mean, he probably was. And he could have did something. He could have did something comedic with Lil Wayne, and he would have gotten the tone. It was different. I don't think that he was trying to come for Snoop Dogg.
Well, he did.
But why would he?
Well, he wasn't sad. Well, it was a different sadness though.
Yes.
Because I felt the Snoop sadness was more betrayal. That's how I felt those bars went, especially because he ends it. I just had to let it go. Like, I felt like, it's wartime. This nigga just did something OD disrespectful to you and all West Coast legends. And when everyone thought, my first reaction, I was Snoop Dogg, and niggas use my AI voice, and Snoop Dogg get a check for everything he ever do ever. My first thought would have been like, who let that happen? Where my bread? But instead, you posting it like everything cool. Like, that felt crazy.
You know Snoop Dogg owns Death Row's catalog, right?
Yeah.
You know who owns Death Row's catalog?
Yes.
Okay.
1000%. But look, like, that's the thing. He can still be mad about it. Like, type shit. Like, you ain't gotta post it. Like,
agree.
But like, you posted this nigga diss about me, and it's not just he dissing me. He using your voice to diss me. Like that. Like, it felt like, I couldn't believe it. I had to let it go. The Wayne shit was like, seriously? Like, sad. Like, that's my guy. Like,
Agreed. All right. Next song, Squabble Up. That was a snippet at the beginning of Not Like Us. I'll be quick with this. The white boy sample, crazy. Amazing. The white boy sample in the middle of it is crazy. Yeah. The hook is ridiculous. And for y'all that needed the Kendrick Party record, needed the Kendrick Club record, here the fuck you go.
Listen, that last verse, and like, this is what I feel like is separating Kendrick right now, as these songs are gonna get. Because first of all, that says the song's going number one. Nick, it's not number one right now because the labels didn't know that song was coming out. Once the labels get a hold of that song and how great SZA performed, how great Kendrick performed, that song will be number one for a considerable time. But all of Kendrick hits are still becoming great songs. Because of course, you heard the Broccoli snippet. Snippet was crazy. The flip on that sample is amazing. They have the singer coming in like, I forgot her name. I think it's Debbie Deb, but she's coming in and fading in the background, adding the drums. But like that last verse, he's tweaking. Like the Menace to Society references, like
just ridiculous.
So much going on.
Sure.
Don't hit him. He got kids with him. My apology.
So For me, Squabble Up is like, it's the one that just make me dance. Like you said, the broccoli snippet had been out and you see it on TikTok and like I have been waiting for it. So for me, that was like something I was waiting to look out for. That's probably the one that I've been playing the most because that was the one where Ashley was like, are you like, is this what you're gonna play? Like, is this what you're gonna keep? This, yes, it was Squabble Up. Like Luther, she felt it because she liked that song, but Squabble Up, she was like, bruh, how many times are you gonna play this? Because I'm woke up looking for the broccoli. Listen, I'm excited. Like you said, Club Bop, yes. I've been practicing my crip walk. I've been like, man, what a great song. What a great song.
I completely agree. Luther was next. We did Luther. Luther, I wanted to say though, Luther is essentially Phil Jackson, Michael Jordan, and Kobe Bryant on the same team. Because a Luther sample with the Kendrick feature and a SZA feature and a Kendrick song, it's over with. That's a match made in heaven, and they executed that perfectly. And like Charlene said, it's a song that provokes emotion. So you see yourself listening to this song in moments in your life that are important to you. Like, I feel that song on a boat in Miami. I feel that song at a wedding. Just amazing. Sample crazy.
And to Ishmael's point about him saying that that's the song that's going to go number one, I feel like that song is going to do like similar to like what Love did, but also like what Love Galore did with SZA and Travis Scott. Like, I think that it is going to do that because that's the same. I mean, first of all, it's SZA. Right. And it's like, I think that song is just going to take over because it's just, it's going to be on everything. All of the girls going to post it on top of their pictures. I already did. I did it first. Yeah. It's going to be on all of the TikToks. Yeah. People are going to use it for their weddings and their anniversaries and for their babies. And they're going to...
Like this is it's a classic. And what I really liked about it is... It's so funny. This is like just a little thing to like about it. But played in the car with my mom. It's like very little cursing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's a song that people who, even if you aren't listening to rap, even if you aren't listening to Kendrick Lamar or SZA, like, this is a song I could play with my mom. It's like, this is an R&B artist I would like you to listen to. Yes. This would be an introduction to how you can listen to this. Like, it's such a great crafted song, start to finish.
And I told y'all last week that one of my favorite movies was The Wood, and y'all know that is the song from The Wood. Yeah. I am not surprised if I see like some funny like Omar Epps and Sanaa Lathan clips of them, or the two, I don't know who the two younger actors are, but like I'm not surprised if I see the people from The Wood playing to that, because I feel like it could also do that as well. Like, I feel like this is gonna be a song that's gonna be around.
You'll enjoy that video for sure.
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy it. Yeah. You know, they did I send you the video? They mixed it with the Spider-Verse. Yeah.
I'm telling you, it'll be full of stuff in that video from probably The Wood.
Man at the Garden was the one mic flip, which was just incredible.
Yeah, we go from Luther to, we're gonna flip this Nas record now.
What a guy. Hey Now was crazy. I love that. Shout out to everybody from the West Coast.
Hey Now has my favorite bar on the whole album.
Which one?
I'm the Black Noah, I just strangled me a goat. Mm-hmm. That's like so, especially coming from watching the party die. So I definitely want to like explain this bar for sure. So of course, first listen, I'm the Black Noah, I just strangled me a goat. I just strangled Drake in front of everybody. Like, crazy, just another stand up for the body. Like, just cook this nigga. But for my Bible readers out there, after the flood, when God reset the earth, one of the first things he did after like getting off the boat was like he sacrificed goats, lambs, and everything like that. So that bar flip coming off of watching the party die and reincarnation, where he's talking about resetting the rap world, like just the themes that he's carrying all throughout all these songs. But like you're saying, at the same time, having this super ignorant West Coast nigga, this nigga bop around it like crazy.
Dodger Blue, we did reincarnate it. Dodger, TV off. I'm skipping TV off. Mustard! Man. Mustard, you got a new drop for 30 years, dog. That shit is so fun, bro.
Can't walk outside, nowhere.
That shit is so fun, bro. Like, I'm honestly surprised ain't nobody done that yet. But it's like,
niggas, he did that shit. What's that Will Smith meme? This nigga did it. This nigga is so good. This nigga, how has nobody thought about this yet? Like,
but that second verse on TV off, Lord have mercy.
I'm trying to
realize that second verse is crazy,
bro.
He is scary, spooky,
hilarious.
That shit is crazy.
you real niggas left, man.
They go. I feel like TV off and squabble up go hand in hand because TV off is also going to be something that people are going to turn up. Because like now you in a club, they really can do like squabble up. They can do TV off. They can do not like us, and then they might try to like sprinkle like humble in there or something because now they can do a Kendrick run in the club. Yeah. So both of those was 2 turn up songs, and those are the songs that like they make you want to dance.
Not like us in there.
I said not like us.
I'm sorry, not like us. TV off, squabble up.
Yeah, and they gonna throw humble in at the end.
But on TV off, before we got past this, because I did want to get off like all the subs and all this stuff that I think I got. I don't think no one has said this, but I 1000% think this is a game sneak this. Not a sneak this, but like a game shot at him complaining about not being at the like feeling he was supposed to like be welcome at the pop-up more than he was or whatever's happening. But he's like, because in that long ass video where he's talking about the whole thing, he's like, yo, I don't know Kendrick for forever. It's like niggas feeling entitled since they knew me since I was a kid. I cut my granny off. If you don't see it how I see it.
That was about the game.
1000% about the game.
That definitely might have been about the game because he did know Kendrick since he was a kid. That's crazy.
And it's like, yo, like, yeah, you knew me since we were a kid. You still gonna be that nigga friend? It's toast, nigga. Don't pull up. Period. And listen, that verse,
great catch.
One of my favorite verses,
great catch.
For sure.
I would say that's crazy. All right.
The bitches hating on the bitch. They both.
Dodger Blue, crazy. Shout out Raji Rich.
Shout out Raji Rich, bro.
Shout out Raji.
Listen, we talked. Listen, I go. Aside from just Kendrick and Drake, we have said 20 times like, listen, Roddy, you better be locked in for that Kendrick album. Like this is your life raft, my nigga. Like he finna throw you a life preserver. Be locked in. Great verse.
Dodger Blue is my favorite vibe on the album.
Definitely.
Like I love that, just the energy in it. That's a nighttime summer vibe for me. Summer vibe for
50 on me, don't die trying, nigga.
Man. And then we got the Hard Part 6, which was we have Peekaboo, which I'm gonna skip because we've been talking for an hour. But the Hard Part 6 and Glory are the last 2 songs we can touch on. The Hard Part 6, I really want to get a Florida Ish because he was really a big Black hippie fan.
Facts.
And this meant a lot for him, so I want to hear
hearing the Hard Part 6 was heavy.
How you felt hearing the true story about why it didn't work, how it started and all of that. Because it really, for me, I said I want to hear I'm start talking. But for me, the first time I heard the song, I felt like I was watching a movie. Right. It was like I could see everything he was saying happen. I could see Ab-Soul in the corner smoking and trying to think of reps. Yeah. I can see him watching Ab-Soul, hearing the ridiculous shit coming out of his brain and being like, "How do I say this?" Yeah. I can see you being Big Eye walking into Interscope or whatever record building he said when you're about to get the deal, and then I can see him years later understanding like, "Damn, what they on and what we on." I'm better than that now. Yeah. I'm bigger than that now. And having an internal battle with your partners and then getting to that table the next time and instead of running from the conversation, having the conversation with Top like I need. Like that was, boy, listen, that nigga is ridiculous. But go ahead.
I mean, just as a country, and of course this was a conversation like, is there going to be another Hard Part? Like, is he going to do a Hard Part 6? Is he going to 7? Like, I loved it. I'm not even acknowledging that shit. This is the real, like, yo, this is the Hard Part 6. I do the Hard series. Y'all niggas not checking for nothing else. But just from a TDE Black hippie fan, it was such a, like you said, it felt like watching like a biopic of what kind of happened. For me, just because how good the storytelling was starting from the beginning, like it gave, for the people who watched the pop out, who didn't get who J-Rock was, or why him and J-Rock are who they are. That is why they are who they are, because before Kendrick, it was J-Rock. J-Rock was the first one to get the deal. He was the first one to put him on. And, like, if you do know the J-Rock Kendrick story, like, Kendrick was J-Rock hype man. Like, that used to be his hype man. And then J-Rock became his hype man. Yep. But hearing that go from, you know, them bringing Cube in when he was homeless. Not Cube. Q in when he was homeless. Q learning how to rap. You know, Ab-Soul. Like, the impact that Ab-Soul had on him, amazing, especially with all the stuff that's, you know, Ab-Soul been through. But what you mentioned was probably like the mind-blowing part of the real internal struggle of like y'all started this group together. And when y'all started this group together, y'all did have plans together. There was a Black hippie album. There was things y'all needed to do, but I became the biggest rapper in the world. So I can't do these posse cuffs I can't drop on every black hip. Like I can't do all the things we planned, and you have to keep these relationships, but also have your freedom at the same time. And that is so hard for so many artists. Of course, on a much smaller scale, but like Cordae had to go through this, where he had to get out of YBN. Like he had to separate himself. Like Beyonce leaving. What's it called? Like eventually you get too big for the group.
Exactly.
And for them, Tyler, our future. Like eventually you gotta spread your wings, and for it to be addressed in this way is so beautiful because it ends up as a message to other artists, other people, anybody going through like internal struggles where they don't know how their friendships are gonna lie. Like, it's better to talk it out. It's better because like those are your real niggas. And even though he left TD, not on TD, none of this is on TD, it's still mad love between those niggas. Exactly. It's still Punch, TDE, Kendrick. It's still Top. Like it's still the same relationship that they had. So hearing the Heart Part 6 was beautiful.
It's in my top 5 as well. I just love storytelling songs, and I know that this is something because we will be in the car and we like historically will listen to a 10-minute song that's about a story, whatever it is, and I love the storytelling in the songs. And of course I can't think of no other song that's like that, but I know that there's a whole bunch of other songs
like Sing About Me
that are like about that. Yes. And I'm trying to not Lil Wayne. Kanye has one where he's
Last
telling
Call.
I don't know.
Last Call.
Last Call. Yes, where he's telling a story about And I love those songs because, like you said, it's painting a picture. You feel like you're in the room with them, watching it happen, and you're hearing the history of how it was done. And it made me think about the Lego movie when we just went to see it, and because that was like imagination. Like you're imagining all of the things as they're going together. Because a lot of people don't know that story, and so that's in my top 5.
Yeah, and the sample was crazy.
That's an SWV kid.
Yeah, I went this whole time. I'm not talking about the sample, but like
Use Your Heart. That's the name of the song.
Use Your Heart and Not Your like. And of course, I mean, we got this far. Hats off to Jack Antonoff. Hats off. Co-produced the entire album. Amazing. This is.
And then the last song, Gloria, from the perspective of his pen, incredible. I don't really have much to say. We went through
beautiful song.
Yeah. Just another beautiful song, an excellent story. Just shows you who he is. And as we wrap this up and get to Drake, I want to ask you guys. For a while, there's been this thing going on about Kendrick, and like he takes forever to record music, and he only drops every so many years. Now that it's been a full year of Kendrick singles, Kendrick mixtape, and then soon to come a Kendrick album, which will drop the Sunday that the second Super Bowl is over. Yeah. Or that Monday.
I dropped that bitch at halftime.
What? Shit. But what do you guys think that Kendrick's drop rate was because of TDE, or do you think it was him?
I think.
And now that he's off TDE, do you think we're gonna get more Kendrick in the next 2 years than we ever have?
Yeah. See, as the black hippie like nigga I am, like I know for a fact it was TDE because early in Kendrick's career, when he made Overly Dedicated, it was a mixtape. I forget the song, but he said, I told him 20 tracks. They told me 15. I called it an EP. They said I'm tripping. Like, Kendrick records. Kendrick really loves making music. So I think we get the deluxe to the mixtape because dude from TV Off said there's a deluxe. And then we get an album. I think the deluxe and mixtape comes out whenever the Compton's Christmas Parade is on December 12th. And I think the album's going to come out as an album, probably on the Super Bowl. But I think we will be entering, and DJ had mentioned this, 4 years of active Kendrick Lamar dropping, and not only dropping, making music. Now, what's next for me is he's going to be on other nigga songs. Okay. That is what I think is next, like, with just his output, because that was another thing about the him versus Drake thing was like, yeah, Kendrick do features, but like, Drake was on everything for like years. I think now
every GOAT has been. Every GOAT had a feature run that was just ridiculous.
Exactly. And I think now that the line has been drawn in the sand, all the people on his side are the people's are that are features.
Okay,
that's why SZA's on that album. I think like the people he is with, and like the artists who respect artistry, like the people we feel like, I think you're gonna see him be on a lot more songs just after the album throughout the year.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I feel like y'all really said it all. Yes, I agree that it's TDE because SZA talk about it. SZA talk about it too.
SZA hate that shit.
She hates it really
she
bad.
Like, bro, these niggas won't let me drop shit. She be mad.
Yeah, but I do think that it might be a strategic. I mean, it might be strategic. Yeah, like when you got some of the best musicians, you gotta be sacred. You gotta be strategic. So I think that we will see. I think
with SZA's sound too. We talked about that. I think with Black when he dropped his first East Atlanta Love Letter was like, when you have a sound like SZA does, yeah, we're gonna do features, but we're like that is your whole thing. Like we're not gonna give everybody your sound.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. That makes
and
sense.
I think that it makes her music more impactful. Not to go on a rant about SZA, but I think it makes it
No,
more
we love
impactful
SZA.
because she doesn't have a whole bunch of music, but all of the music that she has is like beautifully made and has always been beautifully made. And I think it's the same with Kendrick. Like Kendrick don't, Drake has a lot of throwaways. If we can talk about Drake, a lot of people have a lot of throwaways. Kendrick don't have a lot of throwaways. And I think to y'all point about it being a mixtape, if this is his throwaways, what is
1,000%.
what is the album gonna look like? I think that this album has changed my perspective. I think it's changed a lot of people's perspective on where Kendrick Lamar's career is going to go because TD or whoever was holding so much music. It was just like, this is the most vocal he's been in what, since he started?
Yeah, since he first started, and I'm going to let you go because what I'm saying has nothing to do like with your conversation, but I did want to mention, it's time we start calling Control and SOS classics too, by the way. But.
Agree.
Well, Control is a classic.
No, I'm just saying. I just weird. I never hear those like as
modern day classics.
Classic.
They are.
Those 1,000%.
Well, Control might be like then kill me if y'all don't agree, but Control might be the Confessions of our time.
I think SOS is better than Control,
but Control is the classic.
I think Blonde is the Confessions.
Control is the Confessions of our time. Okay. Everybody know every word to every song on that album.
I like that take. All right,
I like that take. That's why you're here.
I will say, you just said something.
Nelson would never say that.
You just said something about his trajectory. Where do we see Kendrick in the next 2 or 3, 4 years? Because I'm looking at him and I'm like, all right, you just dropped a crazy mixtape. You go borderline classic album after this, and then you go on a worldwide tour. You get off that tour and you go on a feature run. He do that from, that would be 24 to say the end of 2027. That would be one of the, starting with taking down the biggest rapper in the world all the way through to a worldwide tour, 2 classic projects, and a feature run. That is how you put a cap on your GOAT debate.
Yeah.
So is that the trajectory we see Kendrick on is solidifying his GOAT discussion? Yeah. Or am I tripping?
I think
go ahead.
I just think that the trajectory has changed completely, and it kind of makes it scary when you start thinking about the longevity of rappers in general, because he's not supposed to be, respectfully, he's not supposed to be this big right now. Yeah. Kendrick has served his time. Yeah. He has done his thing. He's supposed to be, him, Drake, and Cole are supposed to be, him, Cole, and Drake are supposed to be getting ready to retire and bring on the next generation. And then Kendrick Lamar woke up the biggest rapper in the world again, and he just dropped something crazy. Like you said,
they like, who's next? Kendrick next.
Yeah. And it's like, no. And everything that you said, I think it is about to happen. Like, he's about to go on tour and it's going to be crazy. He's going to drop an album and it's crazy. He's about to do the Super Bowl. It's like he's having a second prime. Yeah. And then what after that, it's like now rappers are going to have to do more because he has served his time, well past his time. He does not have to do anything else to solidify himself. But now it's like his career has just reignited again as if he just started. Yeah. And he just did his #1 big hit. And so now I don't know, but I think that it's going to change the trajectory of all rappers because now there's going to be more that you have to do because he's about to go on a second run.
I think next is, it's crazy. It's so funny that she ended with that. Because one of the topics we had, like when we were talking about Kendrick, was GOATs all had a second run. There was no GOAT that only had really one, like, because that's the thing that holds 50 back. Whereas 50 was like, his peak was so high, but he didn't have that second run. Hov had 2 runs at minimum. Kanye had 2 runs. Wayne had 2 runs. Like, everyone you want to name had a peak and then had one more, oh my God, run. And that is kind of what, like Drake had 2013, nothing was the same, take care, da-da-da. And then boom, views. And then on the back half of that, we still had the 20s and 2020s and all that. But I think it's all Hov mode from here. I think he mentioned being an exec on the album. I think he goes, we're going to go, the mixtape, album, tour, year and a half, and PG Lane's going to sign somebody. I don't know who it'll be. PG Lane's going to sign somebody.
We don't know him yet.
It might be Keem. I don't know what Keem's situation is. It might be family business. I don't know. Dolce might have been a couple years too early, but Kendrick does want to be an exec, and I think if he's serious about changing rap music, as serious as he says, this will be one of the steps he takes, following all those steps.
All right, I agree with both of what you guys said. I am interested to see what the progression of his sound is like. Just as a rap nerd, I'm just excited to see what the progression of his sound, where he takes it, what's the message behind the next album. And I love that there's a continuing theme throughout his journey of being a hypocrite. It started on To Pimp a Butterfly. Like he told his story on Good Kid, Mad City about how he is, where he got to. And then from To Pimp a Butterfly on, every album has had some message about, I'm a hypocrite, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know I'm supposed to be pushing this message, but I still have this internal battle of being a nigga from the trenches and wanting to do nigga from the trenches shit and still loving my niggas that's doing a lot of shit I know is wrong. I'm having a battle. And he's been doing that throughout his albums and verses. So I think it's going to be really cool just to be able to listen to his music as we go through his career and see where he ends on that journey in his final album and his final act. And I also want to say, now, I'm saying this now, this will be the greatest second run we've ever seen.
Easy. And
I don't think it'll be a question. By December 2027, it won't be a question. This will be the greatest second run we've ever seen in rap.
I don't know if I've been as excited to see what's next for an artist, like in a moment as I am right now, because everything you said is correct. Every album was different things he was going to bat with. Morale, it was him versus himself in his past and what he did with his his relationships and how he felt. That To Pimp a Butterfly was him versus his people. It's like, yo, I went away and came back, and look what we're doing to each other, this, that, and the third. Like, damn, it's him versus himself in his past. Like, there's always been things that he's going to war with that he connects throughout all these projects. But looking forward, the reason I am so, I guess, excited for this, and it kind of makes me like feel like when Bron used to talk about Kobe was, you can see he's excited to take this mantle. He is looking at this as, this is what I'm supposed to do. Like, it is his purpose. Kendrick's not making music for money. Like, he's not doing this for notoriety. He really believes he should be the greatest rapper ever.
Yes.
And we're going to watch him, whether you think he'll be the best rapper ever, whether I think, we're about to watch him give his best shot.
For sure.
And that's why I'm so excited, because Kendrick was always on that list of people who never disappoint me. If I don't like it, I'm gonna like it in a year. If I don't like it in a year, I'm gonna like it in a year and 2 months. Like, there's always been, it's like, even older songs or albums that I didn't like. I like as I got older, I heard them different places. He's always one that doesn't disappoint. And now it feels like we talked about Wayne was like, Drake was like, all right, Drake, I'm the biggest rapper. And then for years, niggas like me was like, yo, it's shut up. I was like, man, I really wish Drake rapped again. It was like, no, we're making songs for kids. We want to do the dance, TikTok, this, that, and the third, da-da-da. It didn't feel like Drake was like, I want to be the best rapper alive.
Kendrick is about to show you that you can dictate the market and you don't have to let the market dictate the music you make.
1,000%.
That is what Kendrick is about to show you, that when you're really the biggest, if you make great music, people going to love the great music. And you don't got to conform to what you think the kids is going to like, what you think the women is going to like. Make what is true to you, and if you are who you say you are, it's going to work. Right. It's simple as that. And that brings us to Mr. Drizzy Drake. We did an hour and a half on that. Mr. Drizzy Drake. All right.
Aubrey. He's Aubrey today.
This part of the show, I am going to start with one of the biggest and most important victory laps I've ever taken in my life.
Yeah.
Episode 75.
We just gotta sit in this for a moment, for real. Like
episode 75.
You cold?
Episode 82, episode 83, episode 88. Me and Ish did hours on what this meant, what was going on. Because I want a real quick rundown of what's happened this year. Beyonce, Billie Eilish, Taylor Swift, Dua Lipa, Ariana Grande, and a couple more pop stars all
Sabrina
dropped. Sabrina Carpenter. All dropped in a 5-month span between January and May. In that time, Not Like Us came out. And Not Like Us stayed number 1 for 7 weeks through all of those artists' music.
Like that too.
And they like that as well. And they all dropped crazy projects. I listened to all of them. They're all good projects.
Yep.
They all had songs that were worth being number 1, and they all had songs that charted. But they never got past Like That. They never got past Not Like Us. Right. If you know anything about the music industry, you know that doesn't happen without somebody controlling something to keep it in a certain position. This is not something I think. This is something I know. I was watching this happen. Ish was watching this happen, and I was like,
"That's weird.
Something is up. This is weird. It's bigger. This doesn't feel like just a rap battle between two really good rappers.
Yeah.
This feels like something is bigger at play." And then Drake dropped the Heart Part 6. It got more likes than dislikes on YouTube.
Got more
on
dislikes
a Drake,
than likes.
dislikes and likes.
Yeah.
On a Drake song. Unheard of.
Yep. Instantly, too.
Instantly. It was never a hope of it not being that way. And then we get into the scary hours, not the scary hours, the 100 gigs.
Right.
And Drake makes a website and drops a bunch of free footage of shit that looks like it belongs in a documentary, in a movie, and songs.
Yep.
For free. He's Drake. That's not how that works.
3 free songs.
That's not how that works.
And a lotto feature.
Yeah.
You then get UNG to take that shit, because we own that shit, little boy, and we gonna put this on Apple Music and say, you don't gotta look through that shit.
Lucy said, whoa.
I've been looking like, what is going on? Yeah. Why are they doing this to Drake? And then it brings me back to his relationship with Larry Jackson, 2018, Family Feud. I need half of the business if we press and go. He said that about Larry Jackson on Family Feud with Lil Wayne.
What Larry Jackson told him? What Larry Jackson told him?
2-3 years ago, Gamma Records started.
Yeah.
Guess who's on Gamma Records? A bunch of artists that Drake has been with are posting. Posted Rick Ross album. Posted somebody else's album, that Snoop Dogg shit, that didn't make any sense. And then was around Sexy Red, who was on Gamma Records. Yep. Did a song with Forbacks, who's on Gamma Records. Yeah. So we're looking around like, is niggas mad Drake got a piece of this record label? Yeah. What's going on? But then Ish brought the brilliant idea, was like, the Heart Part 6 don't even make sense to say. Why would he say this shit on a song when you know what rap battle is? You too cerebral for this. You've been too good at battling. And then you drop the 100 gig shit for free. And you got free music on there, free footage on that. You're Drake. This shit is worth millions of dollars. Literally. No exaggeration. He could have put this together for Netflix, and Netflix would have brought that shit for $50 million.
Do you know how big, if he would have did it like a run?
My nigga.
With that Lotto song?
My nigga.
With that.
That's not no.
Good. That Lotto song, it would have went crazy.
Niggas, Drake got a copyright strike on his own Instagram? Everybody's like, that's so weird. I'm like, oh, y'all are not paying.
You're not paying attention.
And if you take it farther back, actually keep going, because I have a theory. I haven't even told you. I want to share this with you.
And then so we're going to, and I'm just breaking down this year and how we got here.
Right.
Excuse me. And so I'm telling him, and Ish brings a brilliant idea. He was like, I think he's beefing with his label. And then I was like, you know what? That's exactly what he's doing. He's throwing a temper tantrum with his label. And we came in here and we did a whole episode about how Drake is throwing a temper tantrum to UMG. It's tweets about it. We got all of it dated. This was 88, so this was like September. Yeah. We had a whole conversation about how he is throwing a temper tantrum with his label because he is trying to get off of his label because he understands how much he's worth.
Yep.
Because if you understand how much money Drake is generating, you would be sick to your stomach.
Yeah.
But if you're Drake, and if you figured out how much money you're generating versus how much you got back, you would be even sick.
Yeah. 1,000%.
A $400 million deal isn't enough. And I want y'all to listen to them words one more time. A $400 deal for Drake isn't enough.
I think Cat Williams said it. Shaq is not rich. The nigga who signed Shaq check at the Lakers, that is rich. $400 million is crazy money. I kick somebody off a building for it. Listen, $400 million is crazy money. But when they made $1.6 billion off your music,
not that crazy.
It's not crazy no more.
Exactly. No. And I think the number's higher than 1.6.
Easy.
I'm talking 2, 3, 4, 5 billion they making off Drake.
Absolutely.
And Drake knows that. He either wants to be independent or he wanted to rework the deal. Whatever he wanted to do, Lucy and Grange said, hell nah.
Yeah.
That's not working.
Yeah.
Ish, that's how we got here. So with Drake suing, and if you don't know, Drake has not sued UMG. Drake filed a petition to get to have depositions with iHeartRadio and UMG and the employees within to put together a case to sue UMG.
Right.
I have a lot of theories of what the fuck is going on, but Ish has a theory, so let's start.
So I want to give you this theory just off the jump because I think in hindsight this may look so crazy when I tell it to you. So you remember when I was like, damn, Push Up still isn't on Apple Music. Mm-hmm. Push Up's leaked. And for 3 days, it was not on streaming. I was like, man, that's weird. Mm-hmm. Like, if we're going to go, especially against all these artists, someone with the resources that Drake do, with the beef experience, that Drake has, I would expect things to look a certain way. Kind of like how Family Matters did. Kind of how everything else did after that. Mm-hmm. My theory is Kendrick started this beef knowing the negotiations was going on. Negotiations started. Lucian said, don't. Lucian said, don't do this. You're not finna. No, do not do this right now. And that is the genesis of what is happening now. And that's why it wasn't on streaming for 3 days. I think Drake leaked push-ups because he wanted to go and Lucian wouldn't let him. And to continue my theory from when the Heart Part 6 dropped, I think that was Lucian putting his foot down, saying, end this shit right now. Stop playing, it's over, end this. And that's why the Heart Part 6 sounds like that. That's why the Heart Part 6 is the Rush. It's the only Rush song. Half of the song is a corporate statement that you can tell things in there he needed to say. And in the last minute of the song, you can tell he do not want this to be over. He's still giving you more bars about Kendrick. He is still adding on to it. I think this entire time, he has not only been fighting Kendrick, he's been fighting the label because they did not want this in the first place. But once it started, it became a leverage play. Because now, like you've been golden boy. You've been protected. UMG, I'm Lucian best friend. Lucian like a baby, not dropping me. Kendrick, like, you don't, y'all not. Okay, now we go. Now you're not protected. Now it's just us for real. And when they start going, UMG like, yo, get this nigga $600 million. Why? I think 1,000% that is the reason. And the beef ending this way, I think is completely causing a divide. Because I think Lucian from the jump said, yo, do not do this shit with this nigga.
Do y'all think, and this is off, but do y'all think that Drake did or could have made a song that would have been a really good response to Not Like Us?
Yes.
Yes. Go ahead.
Because I'm not going to say that Kendrick don't make hits because Kendrick don't not make hits, but Drake knows how to make a hit.
Yeah.
And at that point, it was just a hit. And I was surprised that there was no response.
Exactly.
I was surprised that there was no response.
Yeah.
Even just now, but there hasn't been a response. And I wholeheartedly think if we talk about somebody making a hit, that Drake could have made a better song that was a hit to Not Like Us that could have went up.
Maybe, yeah.
And I don't think that's a question. I think we know that. Like we can say that in very confident.
That if he
if Drake wanted to, he could have made a way better song than the Heart Part.
And that's the thing. Immediate white flag.
Yeah.
Immediate white flag is crazy because why?
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like Drake feels that way. I don't feel like Drake feels like Kendrick should have won. I don't feel like he feels like in his heart of hearts he was probably like, man, that shit lame. Like he probably was like, okay, like he probably was like, oh, this shit, like this is a hit.
Right.
He knew it was a hit.
Nice
but he was probably like,
yeah, to be
I
hard.
can do some shit better than this.
Hard,
like I fuck with it. I get it. It's gonna go up in a club. Like
nigga walk up and play his music. Like, the beat tough.
Yeah, he gonna be like, all right, yeah. Like he like, okay, I get it. Like this. Now we playing mute. Now we playing hits. Now we playing my game.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, now we're playing my game.
It was so odd to me because it was like, all right, Euphoria dropped. This shit 19 minutes. This nigga rap 4 different verses. Meet the Grams drop. It's 30 minutes. 4 different verses of all rapidy rap. Are we doing hits now? It's my turn.
You
played your aces. I'm gonna start cutting, nigga. Hits is what I do. Like
it's my turn.
And I don't believe that Drake was just like, I am defeated and this is the end of it, because I just don't believe. I believe that Drake is more confident in himself than to think that was the end.
And it sneak out at the end of Heart Part 6. At the end of Heart Part 6, you can hear him like this was like all right, I'm gonna catch you. Like it does not sound like all right, I lost.
You hear the anger in Drake's voice.
Yeah.
You hear the passive aggressive anger in Drake's voice. Yeah. Like, I'm angry I have to end this because this isn't something that I'm doing because I want to. Yeah. I don't have a choice. This has to end today.
And I think they was having fun. I think they were both having a ball. I think they would have kept going. They would have kept fucking going.
Listen, that Family Matters video, he was having a blast. He was having a blast in that video.
I think they both had 3 more songs.
Of course.
I think they both.
No, they definitely were gonna keep going.
Yeah, I think they were gonna keep.
That was the funnest time.
I think they were gonna keep. No cap. I think they were gonna keep going until Drake stopped.
But to the UNG point, my thing with Drake is, if you were going to, this is how I want to attack this. I don't see what Drake is planning to get out of this.
It's over
because this is my thing.
Yeah.
If you do this, right, and it doesn't work, what did we say at the beginning of the beef? That the way you make Drake lose his beef if you're Kendrick Lamar in the future. You make him look like a lame, and you make him look like a bitch.
Throw white in there, too.
And now you look white.
A little scoop of Karen in there.
You can't come back from that as a rapper to the rappers.
It's over.
And that's my thing. It's over. So my thing, because this is my thing. Yeah. Let me, because I'm.
He was.
I got a lot of thoughts on that.
He was absolutely gonna kick the table.
Oh, okay. So
I told you.
So here's the thing. The end goal is, let's paint the picture of if this works, and then I'm going to work back on why it won't work and why I think this is over with finito.
Facts.
All right. If Drake does this and this works correctly, Drake could potentially fix the way music is paid out, streamed, and curated for the rest of our time. And I'm not joking. If he can prove that people are inflating numbers for specific artists and you're getting to push songs that aren't really the biggest songs and the best songs just because they're popular and you like the artist and you're able to get them top 10, 5, 1, then we'll get to the point where the only music that will rise to that occasion will be the music that is worth rising to that occasion.
Right.
The issue is, and we'll go back to Joe Budden for a second, shout out Joe.
Yeah.
He said, when I walked into Spotify and I told them I was the number 1 podcast for the entire year, it's in our contract that if we're the number 1 for the entire year, we get X amount of dollars. They looked at him in his face and said, we got hacked. Them numbers are fake.
Yeah.
What do you do when they have that type of game? When they have that type of strategy? Yeah. The answer is go independent, but we'll save that for a second. Right. Drake has no way of proving that this is going to work. Right. He has no way of proving that they played these games. Because all they have to do is say, yo, we got hacked. Yeah. Yo, you're looking at the wrong thing. It's actually this, and print this out. Yeah. Drake's money is long as a motherfucker. But you know whose money is, who his money's not longer than? The motherfucker that's paying him. Right. His money not longer than UMG. UMG can fight this from now until we all off this earth. Just keep paying for it. That's the thing. Bro, billionaires beef different.
Yeah, Universal is like picking a fight with Disney.
And you're going. That's exactly where I'm going. It's where, Joe. If there's anything you need to know from watching Suits, Billions, Succession, any of these shows with the white billionaires, they don't play when it comes to business. They don't want to be embarrassed. They don't want to feel small. Nope. They don't want to feel like you're trying to play them. Yeah. So when you put this announcement out, and for y'all that is like, well, Drake couldn't help it. It got leaked. I promise to God, there have been people that have had lawsuits, suits, been sued, and all of that, and you have never known. No. There are people that have sued Jay-Z, Jay-Z has sued, you will never know about. Beyonce, Wayne, go down the list. You won't find out about it. There was a way to keep this under wrap. Yeah. Drake wanted this out. Drake was okay.
This has been going on for months.
Exactly. This has been going on for months. So Drake wanted this to get out. And my thing is, if you wanted to actually win this, why would you let this get out? Because now all they're going to do is try their best to make you keep looking smaller and smaller. Yeah. And they showed you they have the power to do that. Yeah. They have the power for you to never get that Michael Jackson record. They have the power for you to never get a top 10 record again. They have that power. So this fight you're trying to fight is 5 years too late. You shouldn't have signed for 400 M's, Drake. You should have known what you was worth before them 400 M's. Because my nigga, Drake, they ain't ever offered nobody 400 M's. So if they offering you 400 M's, what you think you making? Yeah. You gotta have the foresight to have that before you sign these slave deals. Yeah. So now you in the slave deal, you want to get out of it, but you generated too much money and they got all the leverage. Yeah. But now you filing lawsuits, you filing petitions. You ain't even filing lawsuits shit. Yeah. You filing petitions to try to get a lawsuit to hold leverage. But now you told everybody you trying to get leverage, so their whole thing is to paint the public perception as you are at fault. You are a bitch. Yeah. You did this, that, and the third. And they're always going to win because some industry always wins. And your problem this entire battle has been your arrogance. Yeah. You think you bigger than you are. You think you bigger than every table you sit in. The rap table, you said it. You said you was bigger than them. The inner pop table, you said it. You said you was bigger than them. The exec table, you said it. You said you was bigger than them. And now look at it. All of the motherfuckers is a part of your demise. The rapper, Kendrick, the pop, Weeknd, the industry, UMG, Lucy and Grange.
Jack did half that. Jack did the whole album.
My nigga, like everybody you're fucking over is coming back to bite you and you don't even see it. Yes. You fighting a fight that you can't win. And now it's ruining your career. Because the people that dictate this shit, the people that matter, Joe Smo out in Kansas don't fucking matter. Yeah. Nigga in North Dakota don't fucking matter. No. The niggas in Atlanta, Detroit, New York, LA, Houston. They dictate this shit. And now, I filed 2 lawsuits. I found a defamation suit. I cried. I did all of this. After a beef, you'll never be looked at the same.
Cease and desist is for hoes.
A cease and desist is for hoes. And now you the hoe.
Like, I think, first of all, you hit everything. Me and Charlene on the way here, I did her a little preview of this segment of there is a whole bar for everything. And like you just mentioned, you run the checkup, they'll never give you leverage. And the biggest problem, and Charlie's a little sad on the way here, like we were just talking about like how this is the end. If you don't know, if you're a Drake fan and you've made it this far, you probably hate me. Just hold on one more second. Let me hold your hand when I say this. Look into the camera lovingly. It's over.
Over.
Done. You talked about that Lotto record, 2016. That Lotto record still on the radio.
Come on now.
You ain't heard a peep from it yet. Saw a stat today, November 27th or whatever day it is. Every song on Kendrick album has already passed every song on 100 gigs. Already. It's not even debatable anymore. And the biggest, like you create the things that destroy you. You create the things that are going to be your biggest hurdles. And the problem is, Drake, you created what is about to destroy you because you built your career, your ego, the way you treated people, all on your numbers because you thought those numbers was real. Your fans have built their social lives around your numbers because they thought it was real. And I said this at the end of the beef when niggas was like, That's Drake. He gonna drop a couple songs. Be alright. I mean, that's Drake. I mean, summer vibes on the way. Couple bops. I retweeted it today. I think it was in June. I said it'll never be the same, my nigga.
Never.
It'll never be the same.
I told my brother that.
You will never get leverage like that. You will never be the guy, because being the biggest rapper in the world is not a birthright. It is a privilege that can change. You're the biggest rapper in the world now because we allow you to be the biggest rapper in the world. All the stuff that you've done to people, that crazy shit you said to Metro, all the stuff you've done behind the scenes, all the enemies you've created. It's cool when the views do 1 million first week. But we talking about like his deal. And I said this, and like he got 400 M's his last deal. Braun Miami contract don't look like that Lakers contract. And if I'm the label, it's like last 4 albums. Yeah. Drake says, but they stream. Yeah, that's us, buddy. Like, you know what's really making that money? Nothing was the same. Views. All that stuff we own. All that stuff you sold us in that deal. Shout out Kanye. Because, listen, we crazy. We that. Kanye, da-da-da-da. That song ass, da-da-da-da. Lifetime deal. I feel bad for niggas. Where you master, nigga? It's like when it was time for you to make this move was 2015. And that's why it's a Hove bar for everything, because Hove tried to stop this. As much villainy as Hove gets as this mystical, like, Grim Reaper rap figure that's like ruining Tory Lanez life and conspiring to Kendrick to get the Super Bowl and sending all these rappers at Drake, he was the one rapper or one mogul. It wasn't Wayne. It wasn't the nigga that brought him in the game. It wasn't Baby, who has made billions. Like, Baby didn't keep it, but it went to other people. Billions off Drake's name. It was Hove who was saying, fam, do not sign with that nigga in 2015. Do not sign with him. Sign with us. Use your leverage. You're about to be the biggest rapper in the world. Music is changing how it's being sold in front of you. Apple Music was released a couple months before views. Think about that for reference. For our younger viewers, in 2015, Apple Music was not a thing. It was not a streaming service thing back then to be common. The first streaming service I had was Tidal, and that was with Pablo and Beyonce dropped. Like, it was not really a thing. Nope. And views was going to be the middle of the CD era, so you was going to do 500K CDs, but also the first really big public streaming release for the biggest artist out right now.
Exactly.
You did 1 million plus first week. They gave you 20 million? You did 1 million units. They gave you 20 M's? And on every other song, him and Hov going back and forth. Till you own your own, you can't be me. How we still slaves in 2016? What are you doing? And then the last one, the nail in the coffin, because like there's a whole bar for everything. It'll take you step by step for this process. The end in his album gets hella hate, but the Carters on Boss say, yo, niggas rather work for the man than to work with me just to pretend to be on my level. Pride cometh before the fall, certainly. This is the fall. You thinking you were too big to be replaced. Fam, Brown always got to retire. Tom Brady always got to hang the cleats up, bro. It's always a next person. It's always another person in line. And respectfully, Drake, you're not working like Brown working. If you were top of your bag still committed, still doing all your hits at all your shows, still treating this like it's 2013 and you got to blow, that's different. You've been cozy at the top. You've been cozy.
As Ish has been saying all year, you've been treating the top like you like it's yours.
Like it's permanent.
Like it's just yours. Like it's yours. Like the top got your name written on it. And when you leave, it's gonna say Drake's top.
Biggest rapper ever.
No. That's not how that works. That's not how that works, gang. It's not how that works. And Charlene, do you have anything to say with the
I mean, y'all said a lot. I think for me the biggest thing, and like I said, it is very sad, because I understand where he's coming from. Like y'all said, the label is fucking him, and I hate that he surrounded it all around this beef. Yeah. Because, like you said, if he does this and he does it right and it goes the way that it goes, then it'll change music forever.
For sure.
But if it doesn't go that way,
and it's not,
it's really, really bad because it's not. The beef overshadows what he's actually trying to do. And that's why I said, from the business standpoint, I understand what he's trying to do, but rapping not like us into it, it makes it be like, y'all let him be me to
that
me. Like he's whining.
That second lawsuit, like coming off that first lawsuit, I was like, this is rock bottom. It probably can't get it. And then I read the second position. I was like, oh yeah, no, this is like double Karen. I can't even say the word on here that I would use to describe what's going on.
And he's whining. And it could have been, and he could have just did it. Yeah, like it could have been anything else. Like it could have just been like a Taylor Swift song, or like there's a Taylor Swift song with Post Malone that's like so big that like I've never heard in my life. Yes. And Fortnite, yes. And to go back. And to go back because there was a time when the biggest song, the number one song, was a song that everybody knew. Exactly. It did not matter. And and that's what we talk about it, and I talk about it all the time, are those universal hits. Everybody can sing that Katy Perry song. Everybody can sing that Bruno Mars song.
Listen,
everybody can sing.
USA came on in the club.
And if you go look, hold the thought. If you go look and just go look through the number one charts from like 2001 to like 2012, you're going to know. If it's your age group, you're going to know every single number one song.
Yes. And not even every single number one song. Every single song in the top 10.
Yeah.
And I think there are songs that slip through, like Old Town Road. Obviously, that was a universal hit. Right. And I talk about universal hits all of the time because even with Drake, and that's why you say when you go to the game and you try to pull back the curtain, you're also going to see the curtain that you have a whole bunch of songs that wasn't as big as you thought they were. Mm-hmm. Because what is Drake's universal hit? Because people say it's God's plan. I don't know. And I always gauge it off of my mom. Because all of those top 10 songs from the past, my mom can say those songs.
Exactly.
And now my mom was like, who is Kendrick Lamar? My mom does not know who Kendrick Lamar is. Mm-hmm. She know Not Like Us. Yep. That's an undeniable hit. And that is an undeniable hit.
And to your mom credit, because I do the mom, I use my mom all the time as a barometer on the show. My mom knows the song, but she don't know the name. She's like, oh yeah, he does the Not Like Us song. Yes. I'm like, okay.
Yes. And I do think that Drake is a star because everybody knows who Drake is. Right. But when I'm thinking about number one songs, and I think you said it, and it's like we had a time where Texas Hold'em and other songs, and it's like you got Not Like Us, and yes, there was probably something going on with those songs. Right. But we looking at these artists today, these number one hits, these people who go in number one, they're not the biggest songs. Right. They're not the biggest songs. So I think that Drake is everybody's poking bears. He's poking a bear that he shouldn't have poked. It's just bad because it looked like he's crying. He's crying to the label. It don't look like.
And this is my thing. It's one thing to go cry to the label and you actually have a reason to cry. Yeah. It's another reason to go cry to the label when you've been a benefit of the games you're saying the label is playing.
Yes.
That is the issue with what Drake is doing. Because when you was getting pushed and you was in your songs telling niggas you'll never reach these heights. I'm the biggest ever. I make so much money.
We were listening to the Drake button on the way here.
But I don't think that
I drop it. Leave your label devastated. Treat you like you never.
But the thing is, I don't think that Drake believed it. I don't think that Drake believed that he was getting them pushed. I think that Drake legitimately thinks that he is that nigga.
Then you are in that. Then it would bring back to my overarching point of this whole battle. Yeah. He's too arrogant.
Yes,
you can't believe that.
I completely agree with you. Believe that. I think that he does. I genuinely think that he does, and I think that that's why he never called it out. Because I think I think that he also understands respect, and I think that there's people like I don't think that he will question if Taylor Swift was doing better than him. Yeah. I don't think he will question if Beyonce. All of those people that you just named, Dua Lipa, Sabrina Carpenter, all of them, I don't think that he would question it. Right. He would not question it if it was them. It was Kendrick. And to him, he's better than Kendrick. He's like, I am a bigger artist. I just did 90 million on a tour, 900 million on a tour, and Kendrick didn't even do that. How is his song bigger than mine? Okay. And so that's my thing. I don't think that Drake believes that his music is getting pushed. I believe that Drake does not believe that his music got pushed. I think that Drake thinks his numbers are legit. Yeah. And then when there's somebody that is questionable to him is making better music than him, and then he's like, what the fuck? And so that is what I think. I think that there are people that he can go back and forth with, but I don't think that he believes that Kendrick genuinely got those numbers higher than him. I think that he does not believe that his music is getting that push.
My thing with that is that's cool if you believe that, but you can't sit there and really believe in your heart of hearts that he got a push for this one song and you never got a push for those billions of streams you got.
But he thinks that.
And I'm saying that because in the petition, it wasn't just bots. He was like, they were marketing the song differently on Spotify. But when Drake dropped every album, every time you play a song, the next song you play is a Drake song. Like if it's on autoplay, the next song that's gonna play is gonna be a song from Drake album. It can be in the middle of Christmas and you need a Christmas holiday playlist. If Drake just dropped, Drake is going to be at the forefront and at the center of that. So that's my thing. Even if you want to say he don't believe the bots shit was real, he don't believe the bots ever worked for him, you can't deny that all of the other games you have mentioned in this petition have been played with you because there's just proof of that.
Yes, and I want to do a little funny sidebar. Yes, it's either a Drake song playing next or Digits by Young Thug. Bro, I just had to because, bro, I didn't heard that song too much.
I don't know who to own the pub for Digits, bro. He got to be a nigga up there.
And I just got to throw that in there. It's either that or Digits by Young Thug. But it's because he thinks they're picking on him. Like, and to your point, like, you're like, if he can't believe that, no, it's because he thinks they're picking on him. He thinks that they're doing those things because they're mad at him. He thinks that this is all retaliation. Like, he's like, oh, y'all don't fuck with me no more. Right. So now y'all trying to make Kendrick bigger than me.
Yeah,
it's not like that. Yes, like, yes, as leverage. Yes. So he's not thinking about it as, oh, I got all these things in the past. He's looking at that. Now y'all not fucking with me. Kendrick is coming for me and y'all gonna promote the nigga that hates me. Yeah, he's looking at it as antagonization. He's not looking at it like, this is what was done to me, and now I'm no longer the biggest artist. He's looking at it, now y'all not fucking with me, so now y'all are picking on me.
This is the problem with all this. Because filing a lawsuit as a rapper after a battle rap is tricky enough. But you gotta, if you're gonna do it right. If I just played the game, like if Wayne came to me like, yo, figure it out. If Drake came to me, it's like, yo, this shit is getting out of control. Figure it out. I'll say, all right. When we dropped Dark Lane demo, they did this. And you're going to go to the label and you're going to say, listen, we are going to do this deal or I'll blow the whistle on what's actually going on in the music industry. And if you were to take it to the label as, I know y'all did it because y'all did it with me, that's one thing for sure.
Thank you.
But going to the label after Kendrick bombed you the way he did.
With an undeniable hit, at that. With an undeniable hit. Because they did not push that song. They did not push that song more than... This was the biggest... This was like Super Bowl Sunday. We were all watching it all play out. They did not have to push that song. It was everywhere. My nieces and nephews knew that song a week after it came out. They're 5.
It's crazy. The song was everywhere. It was infectious. It was at all the sporting games. It was at parties. It was the day after it came out. You saw DJs at brunch.
It was on the radio. It was lit. Everybody saying LV. That shit was crazy.
And above all of it being one of the boppiest hits Kendrick will ever put out, no matter what happens for his career, it was in the middle of the most publicized rap beef that will ever happen. There will never be a rap beef as big as what we just went through because of the business aspect of what Drake's career is going to look like in 5 years. But aside from the Drake aspect of what it's going to look like in 5 years, fam, this shit was on the morning news.
It was so big. When Not Like Us dropped, I was in the Publix parking lot, and it was like a nigga pushing the carts back, doing the carts. Yeah. I rolled down the window. I said, bro, Kendrick just dropped again. Yeah. He said, are you serious? And he pulled out his phone. Yeah. My mom was like, how did you know he was going to care? I said, Mom, who doesn't care.
It was
like
bigger
who
than
does
the
not
NBA
care.
It was bigger than the NBA Finals.
So,
it was huge.
And to Ish's point, it said a very important thing. If you would have walked into the label and put your nuts on the table and was like, I'll blow all this shit.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about me. I don't give a fuck about Kendrick. I don't give a fuck about Lucian. I don't give a fuck about none of y'all niggas. I will blow all this shit up. If y'all don't give me what I'm asking for, or let me out this deal. And that would have got out, and then you would have came out, like, they've been inflating his numbers, they inflated my shit, they've inflating all this shit. We all need to burn this shit. Yeah. That's one thing.
Right.
But you went and played victim like a white girl.
Called Karen.
Yes.
That's the crazy part about
Yes.
this. Is you went to the label and said, oh, he was mean to me and y'all didn't stop it. Like,
Yeah.
what are we talking about, dog? This is rap. And that's my point. And I'm going to say something. Just stay with me. And this is why I think it's over and why I think Drake is done with rap personally.
Yeah,
I think Drake knows he's done with rap.
It's over, bro.
Drake is going to be a real pop star this time.
Yeah.
Drake is Colin Kaepernick. That sounds crazy, I know. But not the Colin Kaepernick that took a knee.
Yeah.
But if you remember, about 6-7 months after that happened and everything had died down, Colin Kaepernick tried to sue the NFL.
Yeah.
And then 3 months after he tried to sue the NFL and won the lawsuit against the NFL, he tried to play in the NFL.
Yeah. He was like,
that's not going to work.
Niggas was like, yo, why doesn't Kaepernick have a job? I'll tell you right now why he don't. Like,
Drake
I'll explain it to you.
thinks he ever is going to be the rapper he was again, he's an idiot.
He need to call
You can't sue the people that control the machine and then expect to be a darling of the machine and expect to be a recipient of the machine. You cannot. His shit is done. I think this was his way of us letting him know I'm done with rap.
It's over. He said it on that XQC stream. Rap is weird.
Which means
Rap is weird.
Kendrick
It is.
took out Zeus and Morpheus, two gods. God, Morpheus is the god of dreams, Dreamville, if you didn't know. But he took out two gods.
Yeah. Light work.
That is how you start a GOAT discussion.
In a summer.
In 6 calendar months, he did this.
One nigga apologized. The other nigga filed 2 petitions versus his own label.
And that's why I just wish that if Drake would have done this and just left Not Like Us out of it, it would have been completely different. And he has other examples. Because we all know, everybody talk about the machines in their music. Cardi B talk about that shit.
You should have seen my surprise. You should have seen, y'all all seen The Office, but you remember when the black guy in The Office came in and they like found out he was a criminal? And Kevin was like, I've asked this nigga like 4 times what he did. Cause it sounds like what I do here every day. Niggas paid us to play music on the radio. What you mean it violated the RICO Act? Niggas, that's what DJs do. That's like, I was reading that shit like, oh, this sound like every DJ in the world.
And that's my whole point in the lawsuit is that like, you're complaining about shit that happens it's
standard business practice.
Every single month.
What am I signed for? If I'm signed to a label and y'all not getting my music played, the fuck am I signed for? Thank you. That's your job. You damn right I'm calling DJs. I'm calling the A&Rs. And the other things in the lawsuit is just so frivolous and whiny. One of the lawyers looked at us, a lawyer looked at it, says no meat on the bone. It's whiny. But like, if you actually go through the petition, there are things in the petition, no exaggeration. I'm rolling my eyes reading this shit like, yo, I was telling you about this, but like, I forget dude's name, but he was like, if you said certified lover boy into your phone, it popped up Not Like Us when Not Like Us dropped. And they have that in the lawsuit. Fam, Apple's going to open the lawsuit. This nigga's stupid. Because what happens is the algorithm is just picking up whatever is hottest. So if you pop into your phone today, play certified.
If This World Was Mine,
right,
it might play Luther.
Right.
It's not going to play Luther Vandross. It's going to play Kendrick Lamar.
But if you pop into your phone today, play Certified Lover Boy,
it plays Champagne Poppy.
CLB pops up. Because CLB is back as the #1 thing for Certified Lover Boy. Wow, #1 in the world, Not Like Us, biggest song of 2024 is going. It's so hot in the algorithm, when you say to Siri, hey, play Certified Lover Boy, it's looking for the most hits back on that. So once he says it in the song, that's the song that's going to be played. They include that in the thing. At the end of the video, the nigga was like, oh, never mind, I figured it out. Because if you pull your phone up and say, play drop, Family Matters plays. So he was like, oh, it's just the lyrics. That's the end of the video. You still add that to the petition. Like UMG, Spotify, and Apple was tweaking how Siri works to not play your music. Like, bro, it's just the first petition is bad enough, but the second one was like for me, because I love Drake. Shout out to people who's watched almost all 97 of our episodes, but I've been very clear of my love for just Drake's music as a whole. Like we all went to the concert, all that stuff. It really made me sad it ended this way.
Yeah.
For real. No funny shit.
It really made me sad.
Because this isn't like, we keep saying it's over. I'm not joking. And this isn't like a play, it's over. This is like Drake as we know it. Yeah. Will never.
The idea of Drake.
People are already saying when I cut on Drake music, it don't sound the same.
It doesn't.
It says something that I probably will repeat 40 more times between now and the end of next year. He said, when the music you listen to isn't about what music is the best now. Yeah. It's about the most popular music. Mm-hmm. And to add on to that, is you want to feel cool with the music you listen to. Right. Remember when we was kids and you had some shit on live mixtapes nobody knew about, and you could feel cool? I'm like, nigga, you don't know about this shit. Right. It's the complete opposite now. Right. Now it's, oh, you don't know this? Yeah. Oh, then I need to be listening to what everybody else knows. Literally. So now when we're in this day and age, this microwave society, and we have this power to push you down and to boost everybody else up to the masses, you'll never have that same feel or impact again. Yeah. And then when that's your Kansas, North Dakota, Arizona. And now you take it to the actual culture in your Detroit, Atlanta, LA, New York, and now we not fucking with you. Yeah. So you single-handedly castrated both sides of your audience with one move. Yeah. Yeah. With the UNG lawsuit, you took away the backing that was getting to Kansas in the Midwest. Yeah. And then with the lawsuit, you took away the impact, the feel that you gave the actual culture. So you took away two avenues of your currency. Yeah. Yeah. Off of arrogance, off of a lawsuit. Anybody with an education can read through and tell you're not winning. So my point again is, what the fuck did you do this shit for?
And just a mention on the like cutting off just your fan bases. Nigga, you think a label clearing a feature for you? Yeah. You think a label finna clear a fit? Don't call me about no artist, nigga. Don't you? You got a 21 Savage feature? That's nice, buddy. No label is working with you ever again once you start suing labels, bro. No. What?
And so I have two things. Back to the point about like the impact doesn't sound the same. And I just want to talk about like when you do that as an artist, because with Nicki Minaj, and I know how y'all feel about Nicki, but Itty Bitty Piggy, and I've talked about it amongst the women, Itty Bitty Piggy doesn't hit the same as it does before everything happened with Meg and Nicki, because Meg was somebody that was respected, and Nicki was somebody that was respected, and once she did that, she's lame. Like, Nicki is lame now, and it's very unfortunate that Nicki is lame now, but Nicki is lame now, so it doesn't hit the same. But I have to touch on it again, and this is how I knew that Drake was done. I knew that Drake was done when that Lotto song didn't do what it was supposed to do. Yes. And the thing is that Lotto was just going up, and I don't know where Big Mama hit. I don't know where those songs hit.
It was top 10 though.
I know it was somewhere around that, and they was talking on that song about how she had Drake flows and how it was like a Drake-esque song.
Yes, and it was.
And so then they drop a feature, a good ass song. It did nothing. She posted visuals. It did nothing. It did nothing. And Lotto is one of the biggest female rappers of our time right now. Less than
her solo work did.
And that's insane. It's insane because it is something that people have been wanting, especially after Big Mama.
And it was good.
After that, people talked about it.
It was good.
Drake performed the song with her. And you barely even seen it posted. You don't even see it posted. I'm in the deep cuts of Lotto because I'm a Lotto fan. So I'm in the deep cuts of her shit. And I'm like, oh shit, Drake performed with her. It's not a big deal. It wasn't a big deal. That song wasn't a big deal. That was crazy. It should have been number one. And it came out in the summer.
Listen, great song. I love it. Lotto did great. We're big Lotto fans. Love you, Lotto. But that is my message. Piggybacking exactly what y'all are saying, that is my message for Drake fans. If you're listening to this, like, bro, that's Drake. He the king. This gonna be the streams.
Yes, it can.
I'm gonna ask you, why did you not care about 100 gigs? And even if you take this as a challenge, like if Drake,
because it was a 21 sample, a 21 feature too.
Exactly. There was a Thug song. The Thug feature.
It was a Thug. Oh
Bro.
my gosh, I forgot about the Thug. I forgot about it. I forgot.
And what that's my thing is, even if we're in the OVO group chat and we like, bro, we not gonna let him cancel. We just gotta stream more. You gotta listen to that song 1,600 times, bud.
And it's just like, that's so crazy.
You listen to that song 1,600 times, it's one stream.
And thinking about it, because I forgot about Young Thug, 21 Savage, Lotto.
Yep.
That's crazy as fuck because there's not a song that Sexy Red is on. Mm-hmm. There's not a song that Glorilla is on. There's not even a song that Lotto is on right now. Yeah. That's not hitting everywhere. Boss Man D-Lo is going up because he got songs with these women. They're they are the biggest right now. They're the biggest right now. What Sexy Red song haven't you heard?
The Drake song.
Well, people like you, my everything.
No, that's the thing. We love the songs. It's not moving. And I said this the minute he dropped the BBL Drizzy joint on the back of that song. I said, I don't like that, first of all, because that's a really good Sexy Red song. You just threw that little verse at the end of there because you was mad it was making fun of you with the BBL joint. Because without that on there, that's a hit.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a hit with it on there.
Well,
I think it's a hit with it on there.
It's hard to put it on there when you don't open the beat for the second half of the album. Yes. So label not gonna push it because that's not our music.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right.
It's yeah.
So we've been going for about 2.5 hours, 2:15. So to last 10:15, let's wrap this up with. Let's wrap this up because I was talking to my pops the other day, and when I'm with my pops, I get into real deep about the world and where everything is going. And if you know billionaires, or if you know 100 millionaires, or if you just been around, watch TV, listen, you know they're 5, 6, 7 years ahead. Elon Musk is in 2028.
Yep.
I actually probably can't say his name. I'm probably going to demonetize it. But billionaires are in 2028, 2030 already.
Hov was thinking about this in 2015.
And so I'm looking at Drake and I'm saying, all right, maybe it's not rap is over for me, but rap is over for me for now. We have been saying, Drake, take a break. Drake, just go to Turks, go get your women, go get Chubbs, and y'all have a hiatus.
Right.
Get in the studio, lock in, create, have some fun, get on a jet ski, find another passion like Wayne found skateboarding. Just have some fun. Right. And relax.
Let your tummy hear right. He was having a stomach problem.
Maybe this is the time where Drake is going to relax. And he knew on his way out, he had to drop a bomb. So when he comes back, the business is right. Because maybe he knew he wasn't winning this.
Right.
But maybe this was the start to the mission. Okay. And the mission had to start here. And I have to, if you are going independent, anybody that is successful and independent, you have to tear yourself down and hit ground zero before you get back up to that stratosphere. And so maybe this is Drake's version of, I have to hit my ground zero, and this is where I'm going, but it's something bigger at play here. Y'all just can't see it because it's not supposed to come to fruition until 2028, 2029. Because like I started this with, if this does work, and this isn't a lawsuit that does it, but lawsuit 8 in 2027 does it, and he's been fighting the same fight, and it does fix the music industry, he'll never get to 2016 Drake, but he can get to a normal, okay, we understand where you were coming from, still a little lame, you're still a little J-word, but it's cool, it's cool. We can forgive you and we'll move on because it's been 5 years. Kendrick's run he's went back to his hiatus. We got a new biggest rapper in the world and all of that. So am I tripping? Do you think that's an avenue that he could be taking? Or you think even if he takes that avenue, it's still over?
It's over. 50 Cent dropped a movie, video game, #1 clothing line, classic album, 1 year. He said, Jimmy Iovine need me. I don't need Jimmy Iovine. he was never 50 Cent again.
Well, power.
Yeah, he's not 50 Cent. That's not 50 Cent. That is Curtis Jackson, the executive, who won the stars.
Well, I think he could be Aubrey.
No, that's what I'm saying. Outside of music,
I'm talking in music. I know Drake is gonna be an event.
I ain't gonna lie.
Drake is gonna make another song.
I would love for Drake to act a little. Listen, don't start in a bunch of movies. But if Drake pop up in a movie somewhere, being a funny nigga the way Drake is funny and charismatic the way he is, I would love to see him try to pivot that way.
He could start up Degrassi again because Degrassi restarted through Netflix and then.
Yo, listen, you can't roll out in that wheelchair, but.
He doesn't have to be. He could be an older Jimmy. He could be a cameo.
He could be a cameo. Jimmy gonna be walking out.
He could be a cameo.
Why is Jimmy walking? The episode's about Jimmy walking.
He could be a cameo in like it could be a reunion episode. No,
the
listen.
Degrassi verse.
He could do a Degrassi. He could do a Degrassi reunion and pull all the people from Degrassi, and yes, he could do that, and it would be big as hell.
I
music wise.
Okay.
Music wise.
Well, that assumes also. He hasn't said any fucked up shit about the niggas from Degrassi the last 20 years, which he definitely has, I believe.
Well, no, they still fuck with him. Him and Degrassi, they're still good.
I hope.
But I think that
music-wise.
music-wise, I think that Drake will make another hit. I don't think that this will be the end. It may not be now. It may be later. I don't think that he is done.
How early do you think that hit could go?
Maybe like 2 years.
Oh yeah, no, it's over.
I don't see 2 years.
Listen. That cap is closed.
Okay.
That the door for Drake to be like, yo, Drake just hit a #1. It's been at the top for 3 weeks. It's over.
I don't think he might do a #1, but I think that he could do another hit. Like,
let me phrase this because I'm interested in your question. Answer to this. First week, next album.
It depends on what that album is, and it depends on what label. It's too many factors in Drake's life.
Let's say October next year. Drop on his birthday.
Is it under UMG? Independent?
It's going. It's his birthday. He hasn't said shit. He hasn't dropped anything.
So let me paint the scenario. Got the lawsuit. Disappeared. I'm off. Turks. It's been 5 months since somebody's seen me. I get on IG. Yo, album, my birthday, independent. You know.
Yes, it's going because everybody wants to listen to it. They're gonna know what he wants to say.
Independent, probably about 80, 125, somewhere between there.
He doesn't touch 150 for the rest of his career. He will never be a premier first week
200.
First
stamp it.
Independent.
Stamp it.
Independent is damn near impossible.
Stamp it.
He would have
stamp it.
Stamp it right now. Let's battle it. Let's fight it.
Swift was completely independent. I don't know if she gets 200 first week. That's how many 200 streams actually is. 200K.
200K streams.
They want to know what he's gonna say.
Who?
Everybody.
See, that's the thing. They don't matter because the numbers don't come from them.
We're gonna see.
Like if you wanted to hear what he says, you would have to play every song of that album 1,600 times to hear it once for that label.
You don't know how much I listen to music.
I mean, it's only 24 hours in a day, so like.
You know, For All of the Dogs was my #1 streamed album last year, and it had just came out in October.
And how many streams do you think that?
Or
was
November?
Worth? How many streams do you think that was worth?
It wasn't a lot.
That's the thing.
I know.
Even if Drake has like
that's
5 million locked in OVO stands, who I'm gonna stream it like it's 2015.
200. That's my final answer.
I think you
say 150. You say 120. You say hard 150. You say 125, 80. I say 200. Next October we'll have this conversation.
He's not dropping an album next year. I can promise you that. If he is,
2 Octobers from now, 3 Octobers.
When
he does that, because he's gonna do exactly that. When he does that, we'll have this conversation.
And listen, if you do use that Drake, you don't gotta sue us. You know, you keep that idea. I'm cool with that. And you know, I did feel a little way because during the beef, we did offer the dick ride, and he sent us no bread either. Like
I also said that he was gonna rap. I also said that he was gonna rap on BBL Drizzy. I also said he was gonna do that. It's Sexy Red.
But just one more thing I wanted to hit was people asked, so do you think Kendrick's gonna do Not Like Us a Super Bowl?
No, I never thought he would.
Really?
I always thought the beginning of it was gonna play. He was gonna let the instrumental play into another song. I never thought he was performing that song at the Super Bowl.
I don't know what he's gonna do now. I think that he has to do it.
Oh, he's playing.
He's gonna have to. He's not gonna be able to say certain. Like, there's gonna have to be like a remix, but
I think he does that second verse. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show it.
I can see him do it.
I think he might just be like, they not like us. Like, he might just do the chorus.
That verse. But listen, bet your bottom. He got that. He's doing the Super Bowl because of that song.
But he's gonna have to. But he is going to have to.
I mean,
he can't say
certified
certified lover boy, certified pedophile. No. But he also can't give it room for the.
It's okay.
Sorry.
We got you in post. We got you.
But he also can't leave it up to the audience to do that either.
Why not?
Because it's the same thing.
No,
if everybody in that arena is screaming it,
he can't even
he can't leave the blank. He has to guide the song. He has to literally go.
I'm asking why he can't say, "Hey Drake, I hear you like me."
He can't say that.
He cannot say it. Because the context behind it.
So?
Because it's a family show. It's a family. At the end of the day, it's a family show. Yeah, it's a family show. Like, there's certain things. Like, brother.
25 million people has heard that record already.
Brother, it doesn't matter if they've heard the record or not. You still have to censor certain things. Even when
he did it to pop out.
No, listen, y'all know because I was at the Super Bowl when Travis Scott did I was out for the night. When he did that song, there was parts of the song he could not say.
Right.
He could not say that he slept through the flight. He couldn't say those things. Like, there's certain things that you cannot say on national television. Period.
But the phrase
and Drake,
I heard
like
you about young
cannot be said.
He can't say that. Ishmael, be for real.
I think he said
you're not being for real.
I think
you're not being for real.
I think
you're not being for
my
real.
thing is like the way. Okay, I'll say this. If it was not Kendrick in this instance, who owns all of his music and is not being sued by Drake, and he got the Super Bowl for this song, I think the context is a little different than just he called him a pedophile in the song. Like, I said it out, but I think the context is this song is the reason we gave you the Super Bowl.
Yes, and this song
so
is the reason of the song without the say Drake. I hear you part. Like, at the end of the day, he can't get up there and say, "Oh, V-ho." He's not gonna do that part.
I think
it don't have nothing to do with it. He's gonna perform the song.
He's not gonna do the first verse.
But he's not gonna say nothing.
He's not gonna say that I hear you like I'm young.
He's not even gonna do A minor. He's not even gonna do that.
What?
He's not gonna do it. He's gonna say they not like us. They not like us. They not like us. He's gonna probably do it twice, and he's gonna go to the next song. Ishmael, he cannot say that stuff.
Listen,
there's a lot of stuff that he's not gonna say.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas because you gotta say niggas.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show.
Like, he might say that, and
he might say that. But then there's gonna be a lot of stuff. Okay. You even gotta go into other songs because what are they gonna let him say from "I pray my dick get big as the Eiffel Tower"? They're not letting him say that.
Well,
they're not even gonna put that part of the song in there because they're going to censor his music.
No. So this is why we disagree because to even get this far, you had to play what you was gonna say. So Kendrick already knows what he's going to say. They already know what he's going to say. To get this far, you got to hear that entire set list, and it has to be approved by a ton of people.
Yes.
So I am sure whatever he's going to use from that song has already been selected. And there's plenty of parts of that song that can be used, not saying, I heard you like I'm young, certified pedophile. But like, that Shannon, like, the A minor part, listen.
He's not saying.
I am excited to see.
You're not being for real. He's not being for real, Daniel. He's not being for real.
I really don't.
Trying to strike a chord is probably A minor. You think he's gonna say that at the Super Bowl?
Okay. This is my question. Give me one bar that was more well known this year from the biggest song that dropped this year.
Ishmael, I'm not arguing that point. Right. I'm not saying that that's not the biggest part of the song. They're not saying it at the Super Bowl.
I didn't say he would say it. Like he may not say it, but
it's not.
They might drop the mic out.
Ishmael.
It's not like y'all. Like what you said was they gonna do the chorus a couple times. They gonna fam. That song will be playing for a couple minutes.
Absolutely not.
No, it's not. Ishmael, you're not being for real,
bro. They're gonna listen.
You're not being for real.
Listen. Like you said with the Drake thing, we'll put a little friendly bet on it. But the Super Bowl halftime show is gonna start, and one of them HBC, you gonna hear the band warm up. The band gonna play it, then the song gonna come on. He's gonna be performing that for a couple minutes, bro. Like
this is not his concert on Amazon, and they're not going to do that. This is not. This don't have nothing to do with
Y'all
Kendrick.
been talking in circles for 7 minutes.
So why is he got super with it?
It's cool. Kendrick got 9 other hits he can perform.
Literally, he's gonna sing "Humble." He's gonna sing the full song of "Humble."
That's what I'm saying, but like,
and he's not gonna say the part about "I'm sick and tired of the Photoshop." Show me something. He's not gonna say that.
He might say that, but
that's what I'm saying.
That's not the same.
Okay. All right, GNX. Before we get out of here, I just wanted to get everybody's top 5 songs on GNX and rate it. Are you going all the way classic or 8, 9 out of 10? For me, top 5 songs. Number 1, Reincarnation, my favorite song this year. The Heart Part 6, Gloria, Luther, and Whacked Out Murals. And 8 out of 10-ish? Yeah, 8 out of 10. Yeah. Probably solid.
Luther, Gloria, Heart Part 6, Reincarnated. What am I missing? TV off. I'm gonna give it an 8. I'll give it an 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 9.5. Like it's one song that I like. It's 12 songs I love and 11 songs I like. The other song I really like. Like even GNX is probably my least favorite song, and I really like that song. Yeah. But I think my top 5 from it, I won't even put them in order, but Whacked Out Murals, Squabble Up, Reincarnated, TV Off, and The Heart Part 6.
Yeah. All right.
And I do want to. No, it's not album of the year, but I do want to also echo your point that I do believe that Whacked Out Murals is one of the best intros that we've ever heard.
It's my album of the year.
It is not the album of the year for me. Tyler still has that mantle. I don't even think I like it more than We Still Don't Trust You. So I would, right now, I think I have it 3rd. We got a couple weeks till our wrap-up show, so I'll get the rest of that later. But yeah, I can't say album of the year right now. Tyler still hold that mantle, but definitely 8 out of 10. Crazy album. Kendrick, we love you. Drake, I don't know what you're doing, but I pray you come out of this.
Still love you.
If you not locked in, just be quiet. Just go skate and do your rich nigga shit.
Please stand
down. And
down.
drop the Carter 6 next year, please. But just stand down if you're not locked in, bro. Thank y'all for listening. If you've never joined us, I hope you enjoyed this. Send this to a friend and send it to another friend. Like, subscribe, and comment. This has been episode 97, one of the best episodes we've ever done. Thank you for Charlene for coming up here sick. I really wanted an extra voice up here because me and Ish would have talked in circles for 4.5 hours. Yeah. So I wanted somebody here. So like we had to break our conversation. So always, y'all know Ish the greatest at this shit. Like I told y'all, we the greatest in the world at this shit. So please like, subscribe, and comment so we will keep doing this shit. Episode 98 will be out next week. We love you. If you can love us, you can hate us. I just hope you pay us. Post for the thumbnail. Time,